The views expressed on the previous program.
Talk about a lineup. Did you hear the names he just mentioned? Jerk Street, Drew Rosenstein, and Alex Marvez. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
The biggest names, the best talent.
Wow.
You're listening to Sports Radio 560.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
WQAM.
Please say it ain't so.
Fort Lauderdale.
560 WQAM presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, dial 567-0560 in Dade and Broward. In other counties, call toll-free 877-785-NEIL or pound 560 on your AT&T and Verizon.
Rosenstein Schwartz Prince.
The opinions expressed by Neil, his guests, or his callers do not represent those of WQAM management, staff, or sponsors.
I'd rather hear
now,
Myra
The Neil
Lipschitz.
Rogers Show on 560 WQAM.
How about you and me, Trobe, me, the blob, okay?
I was watching television late one night when an economy expert gave his deep insight. He said the market will improve and begin to rise, when suddenly, to my surprise, I saw the market crash. Those investments were trash. It hit bottom in a flash. I saw the market crash. That economic expert had seemed very wise, with his facts and figures, an optimistic guy. So it was rather scary, to say the least, to see all those stocks become deceased. I saw the market crash. Investment losses were vast. Let's hope the crash doesn't last. I saw the market crash.
10:01 at 560 WQM. Happy day before Thanksgiving. We're all going to be gone tomorrow. No Chris, no George, no me.
Right.
Beast and Jesse are supposedly going to be what?
I said no Hawaii.
Beast and Jesse, but Jesse may not be here tomorrow. He's got like an illness in the family or something like that. And the Beast, of course, has got an illness between his ears. So maybe we'll just have dead air for 4 hours while you can eat. Eat and eat and eat. That's right. Just shovel it down your puss. And keep in mind, Thanksgiving is one of the most dangerous meals of the year. It's not a meal. It's an all-day eating affair. That goes on not just on Thanksgiving Day, but in the subsequent days with all the leftovers. George is going to be shoveling stuff.
With a shovel, literally.
And, of course, Fat Chris, he don't even use silverware, just with his hands. I'll have more stuffing. He'll be just picking it up with his hands and shoveling it down his puss. Haven't had any more of that KFC popcorn chicken. I sure did like that. Maybe that's what I'm going to do now. Let you guys do the show, and I'll hop in the Yvette.
Yeah, right.
Are they open yet for lunch? No, it's probably too early. How do people determine when I guess, they do marketing studies, and they figure when people start eating lunch as opposed to when they finish. Like Mickey D's, if you want like a burger at 10:45, you're not going to get it.
Correct.
They serve breakfast till 11, and at 11 o'clock sharp, the sign up on top, they press a button, and just like that, the sign changes from breakfast to lunch. And then the good stuff comes out there. Who the hell wants that breakfast crap? And why do they put egg on stuff? Huh? Why they put egg on so many things?
A lot of people like egg.
Huh?
A lot of people like egg.
A lot of people don't like egg. That's like on the airplane when they give you like two choices of the meal, and one is always fish. There are enormous numbers of us who don't like fish. It's chicken or fish. It's chicken or, what's the fish that they usually offer you?
Where, on the airplane?
Salmon is one of them, and then there's another one. I can't even... Tilapia, I don't know what it is. Crap. Even the smell of it's enough to make you bust the window and jump out of the plane. There's somebody trying to open the door. We're 37,000 feet in the air, and he's trying to open the door. Get out of here. Yeah, I got to get away from that smell. That stench. Now, I will say this. All the flying I've done over the years, other than that woman and her little kid. Remember my first trip back from Amsterdam, 9.5 hours in coach? That was my last venture across the pond in coach. Hey, coach. This smelly Middle Eastern woman with her little kid eating potato chips. And, I don't know what smelled worse, them or the potato chips. Just rancid, you know?
Yeah.
Probably stuff from, expired. Like in my Chinese market across the street. No speaky English. They got stuff that expired before Methuselah. I mean, you look on the like spaghetti sauce cans on the jar. Expiration November 2004. You know, I mean, what is that? How can they have that on the shelf?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
Now, would you buy something like that?
It depends on how desperate I am, you know?
A food product that expired 4, 5, 6 years ago?
Depends on how desperate
sorry.
I was.
I know it's in a sealed jar, a hermetically sealed jar, whatever that means. And I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. It's got to go rancid, like not all that long. It's got to be really bad. Just tear your kishkis out. Maybe have some of that for Thanksgiving. And then if you ever recover from that, then you'll have something to be thankful about. Oh, gee, I feel so much better now. Now that my stomach has stopped just splurting out bloody wild diarrhea, like Jolly Joe Bell. That's what we wish for Jolly Joe Bell for the holidays. Another bout of bloody, uncontrollable diarrhea. Attaboy, Joe. Oh! You are the man. You are the assassin. I thought Pete Bolger was an assassin. Boy, he was a piker. He was Little League compared to Joe Bell. The swill that this guy has put together is just, it's unmentionable. And you know something? I don't want to sound paranoid, even though I am. But when Joe Rose sat at the end of the show this morning and read off the name of the guest he was thanking.
Yeah.
See, this is what they do. It goes back to the spite factor again. Oh, well, Neil hates Drew Rosenhaus, and he hates Alex Marvez, and certainly hates Jerk Street. So let's put them all on there a lot. That worked out really well the first time, didn't it, on the Kenny and Blow morning show when they kept putting those same sports writers on there talking about their smelly bowel movements and crap?
Mm-hmm. Jesus
God. Oh, if Neil hates it, let's put it on there just to rub his nose in it. We don't care if nobody else wants to hear it. Is there anybody on the face of the earth that needs to see or hear Drew Rosenstein again?
No.
Ever?
No.
Kissing his client's asses?
No.
Never?
No.
And Jerk Street? Maybe Fat Chris can tell me what he brings to the table.
Insight on the college football game.
Get out of here. Insight my ass.
Oh, get the scope.
Yeah, get the scope out. When in doubt, scope it out. Happy Thanksgiving to all, although I'm not noticing a lot of those on the email. Neil at neilrogers.com, by the way, for our emails. Oh, there's one. And look at that. PR Puerto Rican Ralph says, hope you and your peeps have a great Thanksgiving and plenty of punky pie and mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce. Play that Little Richard Geico bit. See? He doesn't ask, could I play it or would I play it? Play that Little Richard bit. No, I'm not gonna. I don't wanna. How do you like that? Play that Little Richard bit.
Yeah, do that.
Ralph. You're a friend.
Yeah,
you're a
my
friend,
buddy.
and I thought you didn't like the Ricans.
So how's he my friend?
I don't know. I thought you're buddies with him. So you guys go way back.
Oh, yeah. We party, we chum.
I thought once upon a time you sucked guacamole together.
You made it up. I didn't argue with you.
Dr. Al says, wow, there are so many good rockers on your list. Having seen Todd in concert 3 times, I'll have to pick him just because of the amazing show he always put on. Have a great Thanksgiving. See, Dr. Al wished us a happy Thanksgiving. And then PR Ralph, which I don't even count that because he wants some stupid-ass request. I want. How about just giving us a nice Thanksgiving greeting? Without play this, do that. Screw you, PR Ralph. I'm starting to get real surly in my old age, and you know what? I make no apology for it. It's well-deserved.
Go for it.
Yeah, all these bastards out there. Hey, we want this, we want that. We don't like this, we don't like that. Too much of this, too much of that. Bah. And you think I want to be down there? You think I want to be in the midst of this crowd of misfits?
You like it?
No. I hate it. The emails open up a whole new avenue of crap. I mean crap. Barbara Bush, speaking of crap, is in a Houston hospital after complaining of a little bit of pain. I think she had a little bit of gas, the former First Lady. Gas in the ass. Family spokesman Jim McGrath said she went to Methodist Hospital as a precaution. She'd been experiencing some pain this week, but they didn't know what it is. Well, she's always been a pain in the ass. McGrath said former President George Herbert Walker Bush was with her. She's 83. That's old enough for that bitch. I got to play Betty Davis Eyes, don't I?
Yes, you should.
Marty Feldman Eyes?
Please do.
In honor of Babs, she's in the hospital. She had a little bit of pain, and so she checked herself in the hospital. 83 years old. If you don't have a little bit of pain, you're not breathing. The Dow's down 124, by the way. It's not looking really good. And Sirius, when zooming up from 15 to 16, now it's back to 15 cents. I'm serial. 15 cents for this highly touted. Oh, Neil, you got to go to Sirius. Yeah, just in time for them to go out of business. That would have been great timing. See, one thing about these people, they're miserable bastards. They've destroyed the show. They won't let us do anything. But the checks show up not only on time, but a day or two early every payday, and they clear the bank. What was that?
Wadding up paper.
I thought maybe you had some food in there or something.
Oh, I wish.
A pre-Thanksgiving meal. Now, if somebody brought in like Thanksgiving lunch today, you tell me that you couldn't have it?
Of course I could. I just couldn't talk about where it came from unless I paid for it.
Oh, well, that would be nice. How about somebody bringing some nice Thanksgiving stuff for the guys?
Yeah, we'll say thanks for giving it to us.
Now, how about if like a listener, like somebody you know, not some stranger, because stranger would definitely poison us.
Right.
But how about if some listener brought in some stuff and you just said, oh, thanks to Joe,
Joe Schmendrick. Sure, as long as it wasn't a business.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I guess we figured it out. In fact...
Yeah?
Nah, I guess not. Nobody's going to bring you stuff. Remember at IOD they would.
Oh, I know.
That was a different audience and a different time, man. This crowd is just... Let me see on the Outlook Express. No items in this view. Nothing. Not happy Thanksgiving, guys. Now, we hope you have a great holiday, and we're going to miss you tomorrow. And, oh, my God, and Friday. I won't be here Friday. I'd have to be nuts to be here Friday. Wait till you hear the lineup we got on this station next couple of days. 834 votes on the poll. Who should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame but ain't? Long, long list. I better do the break first, because when we come back, it'll take me 6-7 hours to read the list.
Okay.
And somebody suggested, I'm not that we're going to do it, but all of the above. I think with one or two exceptions. I mean, Pat Boone doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's just downright silly. That's silly. I mean, Todd Rundgren's got 3 votes and Pat Boone's got 4. What kind of an audience are we speaking to besides geriatric? Todd Rundgren's great. Just like Dr. Al said. He's got 3 votes. He's almost on the bottom. Well, I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time. Gary Puckett and Union Gap, I mentioned that yesterday. They don't belong on here. They got 1. And the association's got 1. Is there any contest between the association and all the great music that they pumped out and Gary Puckett and the Union Gap and freaking Lady Willpower?
No.
Gary Puckett, my ass.
Biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560
How about Kirby
QAM.
Puckett?
The sports leader.
No portion of this program may be reproduced without the express written permission of WQAM BZ Broadcast Group, Incorporated.
Neil Young. From the Twisted Minds who brought you Halloween comes an entirely new dimension in horror. Don't look in the oven, or you'll experience the stark, naked terror that is Thanksgiving. A family just like yours eats a bird that was once alive.
More stuffing, Todd?
And they eat until they feel like they're going to explode. But it doesn't stop there.
Uncle Luther!
Now it's time to entertain the in-law.
Is that fish I smell or the dog? I'm allergic, you know.
And you'll think they're never going to leave.
So, where do I put these suitcases?
And just when you thought you could escape by watching TV, you discover there is no way out.
Now game number 2 of our holiday NFL quadruple header.
Thanksgiving. The annual terror is back.
Was that a good lamp?
Oh.
Now playing in a dining room near you.
10:17. Happy Thanksgiving to you. We're in the Thanksgiving mood. In fact, I wish I had the big turkey with gravy.
Ooh.
White meat only.
Right.
And a big bowl of stuffing.
Now, I like the white meat only also, but I do like a nice good giblet gravy. I don't know about you.
Oh, no giblets for me, thank you.
I like some
fat.
giblets.
Giblets. Ooh.
Giblets, extra giblets.
No way. No giblets for this old queen, no.
Yeah, that's not what I heard.
No giblets. Although, I might as well play this.
Bowling alley, can I help you?
You betcha. Got a question for you. Do you have 14-pound balls?
Yeah, I do.
Well, how do you walk with them things there?
Hey!
Speaking of 14-pound balls, vote for John McCain.
See, I figured that tied right in with your giblet comment. Okay, here's the poll result. While I'm waiting for the outpouring of emails, there's a couple, one at a time, coming in. Just wanted to say Happy Turkey Day to you guys from Brandon, not the regular Brandon, but another one. Tell Fat Chris not to drink too much gravy. To drink too much gravy? Do you drink gravy? Do you drink it like out of a bowl?
Actually, I don't really use gravy that much.
Even on Thanksgiving?
I mean, I'll use it a little bit, but I'm not one of those people that drowns everything in the gravy.
You're going to drown in gravy someday, you'll see.
Nah.
Maybe you'll be on the gravy train. Oh, now that reminds me of a great Ben & Jerry's flavor, wavy gravy. Remember that?
Sure do.
Oh, man, that was good. Long gone. You know, I'm so pissed off at these food manufacturers and all of the fast food joints do the same thing. Although somebody sent me a thing about Wendy's new Schroomburger, about how great it is. Have you seen that on TV?
No.
I have. It looks awesome. Let's see. It's in my pile here. I got a few things. It says, tell Fat Chris not to drink too much gravy. Be sure to check your blood sugar, and you'll check it often. Have the syringes of Novolin lined up and ready. See ya. What is Novolin? Novolin. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I got the syringes all lined up, like Sherlock Holmes. Okay, here's the poll result. Who should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and is not? Chicago, 94. How many votes we got? 851. That's not too shabby. We might get to 1,000 and then change it. Eric's already got the next poll on there. Chicago, 94. We're not even close. Rush, 58. Metallica, 43. How could Chicago not be on there? I mean, you could say that with a lot of these, but
yeah,
is there something wrong with them? I mean, I realize Terry Kath blew his brains out, but don't hold that against the rest of the
A lot of these
guys.
don't make any sense. Obviously, politics is at play.
Rush, 58. Metallica, 43. The Moody Blues, 43. Jethro Tull, 41. Kiss, 33. Alice Cooper, 32. Yes, 32. Deep Purple, 31. Ed Solomon, 28. Ed Sullivan. Give me a break. Doobie Brothers, 28. Genesis, 26. Rick Shaw, 24. The Guess Who, 23. Ted Nugent, 21. Stevie Winwood, 21. Journey, 19. Steve Miller, 19. Joe Cocker, 19. ELO, 17. The Monkees, 15. The Carpenters, 15. Boston, 14. Heart, 14. Three Dog Night, 14. Foreigner, 13. Late edition, we apologize for that. How could Foreigner not be in? And that's just silly. Just downright silly. Foreigner is so great. I might just play Foreigner the rest of the show today. Grand Funk Railroad, 12. Supertramp, 12. Billy Idol, 9. Jay Black, 9. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, 8. Brian Epstein, 7. ELP, 7. The Osmonds, 6. The Fifth Dimension, 6. Neil Sedaka, 6. How could Neil Sedaka not be in there? Huh?
They don't like him.
Huh?
Gay-sounding voice.
Oh, that must be it. The Hollies, 6. Boz Scaggs, 6. REO Speedwagon, 5. Bill Withers, 4. Pat Boone, 4. Oh, Pat Boone, my ass. God, are you kidding me? Todd Rundgren, only 3. Kansas, 3. And then Gary Puckett, Union Gap, and the Association each have 1. The fact that the Association's only got 1 vote, that tells me that you people need some mental help. Oh, Adolf Schickelgruber sends one here. It says, the way the government is spending money, the currency will surely become worthless. Do we stay in cash? Do we buy real estate? Do we buy T-bills? Do we buy stocks? Do we buy gold? What's a yid to do? Isn't that cute? Adolf Schickelgruber. Yep. Very amusing. Not. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, George and Chris. Keep up the great job. Could you play your best Mickey Mouse? No, I can't. No requests. Oh, Novolin is generic insulin, says Brandon Lefebvre. I wonder if he's kin to Sylvain Lefebvre, who was a great defenseman for the Leafs. Not great, but yeah, he was pretty damn good. And really looked good. Good God, was he a pretty man. Can I say that, pretty man? Sylvain Lefebvre? He was. Well, I just said it. He was. I mean, you can be a pretty man, and you can be a pretty macho man.
Yeah.
Or pretty,
Did he have a pretty mouth?
Gay. He did. But you know those frogs, Lefebvre,
No,
that's
I don't.
a French name, you know. How come it was Jim Lefevre and it's Sylvain Lefebvre? I wonder about that. Remember Jim Lefevre?
Nope.
Played first base for the Dodgers. The rumor was that he was,
Gay.
I don't know. Of course, there's a lot of rumors about, Mike Piazza,
Gay.
Tom Cruise,
Gay.
guys like that.
Gay.
What's his name from Toronto?
What's his name?
The actor,
Gay.
the one that everybody hates.
Gay.
Keanu Reeves.
Gay. Oh, that one.
I don't think that's just a rumor, though.
Gay.
Or Tom Cruise.
Gay.
I don't think that's just a rumor. But then again, what difference does it make? Who
None.
cares?
I don't.
Why do we care about these things? Do you care, Chris?
Nope.
If Tom Cruise is a flaming queen?
Nope.
Ray says, happy Thanksgiving to all from a living, breathing, loyal listener from Wellington, Florida, says Ray D. Chronic Ray. Thanks, Ray. I mean, the fact I say chronic is not a knock. At least he's there. It's more than I can say for most of you bastards. Oh, well, we're busy getting ready for a Black Friday. Yeah, now that Obama's the president, we've got a day called Black Friday. How do you like that? Didn't take them long to start muscling their way to the system, did it? Black Friday, my ass. Oh, we got to go shop till we drop, and we got to go, yeah. I think a lot of people probably are, like, out of town for the holidays, too. Now, they said a little bit less than usual, but not much. You going out of town?
No.
What are you laughing about? Well, that's right. You got to be. Look at that. There are no items in this view. This is the ultimate slap in the face. Ow! Good God. Even if you beg them, they won't say anything nice. On my birthday, I guess they made an exception, you know. You only have a birthday once a year. That's as often as they could muster a little something. Oh, speaking of mustard, Byron Pegg and Mustard the Wonder Dog say from, where are they? Meridian, Idaho. Happy Thanksgiving to you, George and Fat Chris. I'm thankful for the USA electing Obama. Hope he turns this country around. I'm thankful for your bedtime stories on the web. I read it every day while listening to you guys. Don't eat too much. From Byron Pegg and Mustard the Wonder Dog. Mouse turd. Here's one from Just Bob. Happy Thanksgiving to you, George, and Corpulent Chris tomorrow. I'm thankful for having listened to your show for almost 20 years now, starting with your days at WIOD. Whether it be live or on tape on the radio over the Internet, you and George have given me hours of enjoyment and a pair of familiar voices to make me feel at home no matter where I happen to be living. Neil, you're the best, George is close, and Chris needs to put down the drumstick. No links, no attachments, just Bob. Thanks, Just Bob.
I hope he dies.
You're nasty, man.
I hope that other guy's dog runs away.
What was that? What was the drum roll for?
For the drumstick? Yeah.
Florida ban on gay adoptions ruled unconstitutional. I think I should play the rack today. There doesn't seem to be, like, I don't know, a lot of interest. I don't know what the big simus is of the day before Thanksgiving. What's the big deal today? It's the day before the holiday.
Know.
Huh?
I would not know.
Do you have any idea, Fatso?
No idea.
Is there anybody at work there today? Look at that. I sent the professor a MySpace this morning, like I do every night the night before. Not even read. Not even read. I know he was really busy yesterday. Everybody's busy. We're too busy for you, man. We're too busy. Okay, fine. From now on, I'm going to be too busy for everybody. I'm going to start being a lot more selfish. I'm busy. You need something? Don't call me. I'm too busy.
Biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Beware of exploding balls.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner. Well, the bird, bird, bird. Bird is a winner.
What the hell is that? It's a turkey. Bring in the turkey.
You know why people in this country get fat? Thanksgiving.
A big, fat turkey.
It ain't cool being no jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving.
Quick, go and set your turkey free.
This is a birdie.
Bird, bird, bird. Well, the bird is a winner. Well, the bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner. Well, the bird, bird, bird. Well, the bird is a winner. Well, the bird, bird. The bird's a winner.
Dude, we need your turkey for our play. Why, it's a Thanksgiving. It's Baba Cancer.
What do you mean you cooked the turkey? 4 pies, 2 cakes, and don't forget the rice pudding. What kind of turkey are you looking for?
A smart one that can do tricks. Yeah, a turkey that can do tricks. Yeah, that turkey sucks.
Thanksgiving again, and we're blimping up.
This is supposed to be the big finale where the turkey jumps through the ring of fire.
Don't you know the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is a winner. Well, the bird, the bird's a winner.
10:31 at 560. A lot of gobbling going on, I'll tell you that. And we were commenting, George and I were, before the show this morning. We were showing on CNN, the usual turkey crap they show at Thanksgiving time. And turkeys are really gross.
Yeah.
I guess once you chop the head off, the rest of it's just like a big
Right,
butterfly,
yeah,
you
just
know?
ask Sarah.
Yeah. Once you stick it in the wood chipper, it's not too... it could be anything. Could be her ass. But turkeys' heads are just... What is with all that stuff hanging down from
the wattle and the comb and all that
The wattle?
stuff? Yeah.
The wattle?
Don't you waddle when you walk?
Yeah, I do. I do waddle. Like an old queen. Well, our good friend Brandon, at least he didn't let us down today. I guess everybody's too busy for us, you know.
I imagine.
Well, what the hell's up with that? We're not
that's
too
all
busy
right.
for
Don't be
them.
obliged to participate, you know.
I mean, I could leave right now and be at Woodbine by 11:15. I'd probably have to put my pants on first, but nevertheless, and my shoes. It's dank, by the way. It is gray, it's dank, it's dripping. They keep predicting a mix of rain and snow. It's not snowing, thank God. But it's dank, gray. It's just schmutzy, you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
It sucks.
Dank?
Yeah, dank. Let me take a look and see what the temperature is in case Paulie is out there. Hey, Paulie, it's +1, 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Going to get all the way up to 38. Oh, there's that moron, David Miller, Toronto's mayor. What a jackass he is. You think you got bad politicians there, and you do. Oh, these people here, crazy people. Oh, yeah, let's close down the Gardner Expressway for a while, and while we do this, yeah, right. They're always coming up with ways to screw up the already bad traffic. Like almost every weekend, there's something, you know, like a running race. What do they call those? Like a marathon?
Yeah.
Where they got people running in the streets, or they've always got something. A week ago Sunday was the Santa parade. Don't you think it's a little bit early for the frickin' Santa parade?
Yeah.
The 15th of November?
It's a little early for all these shenanigans.
Yeah. Why can't you wait till like December 23rd, okay? And quit taking Christmas and rubbing our noses in it. Just another way to piss off the Jews. Anyway, Brandon says, first of all, oh, you hear that? You hear the sirens?
No.
You didn't hear them?
Nope.
Well, thank God they're not drilling and sawing upstairs. They're like on the 11th floor or something now. Very lovely lady called me yesterday to apologize and respond to my hostile letter that I wrote to them. Well, I'm so sorry, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, screw you. First of all, Neil and George, Brandon says, you have a nice and well-fed Thanksgiving. That's right, I left Fat Chris and Josh Cordes out on purpose. I didn't realize he was all over Fat Chris like Stink on Joe. Cordes, we knew. They hate each other like poison. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, nothing like picking out on good food on Thanksgiving. While turkey is good once in a while, I usually pass on it, or just a small piece, like Hyman Roth, smaller piece. Remember they were cutting the cake? Smaller piece. Smaller piece. For me, I love the nice, sweet glazed ham from Honey Baked Ham. Oh, remember Honey Baked Ham used to bring us hams at IOD?
Right.
Was that at IOD or here?
I don't remember. Definitely there, I think maybe here also.
Well, they couldn't do it anymore because then, we'd have to mention it on the air.
Right.
Those usually make great sandwiches later on. As far as sides, well, we have everything from your typical Thanksgiving fare to white rice and black beans. Oh, white rice and black beans and about 15 different pies. All right. How about some punky pie? I mean, why is it that well, I guess it's the Pilgrims. All this stuff goes back to the freaking Pilgrims.
Right.
Oh, tell me, Neil, do the Jews celebrate Thanksgiving? When I got that email, was it yesterday? Whenever the hell I got it. There are things that you read, and you just want to give up. You want to throw your arms up in the air and say, okay, that's it, I give. Do the Jews celebrate Thanksgiving? I wouldn't be surprised if the Pilgrims were Jewish.
They might have been.
The Whistler says Stevie Winwood's already in with traffic. The association barred by the FCC because of Windy, and Jay Black, if only for Karamia, and Neil Sedaka, writer of many hits and singer of many, absolutely enjoy a great holiday, says the Whistler. What was wrong with Windy?
Nothing.
The association was barred by the FCC because of Windy? I never heard that.
I don't know. Maybe they thought it was about farts.
That might have been it. Maybe Joyce was giving them the heads down on that.
They were breaking Windy.
Oh, and here's New York City Dave, who's a real jerk. Hey, Neil, George, and Chris, have a great turkey day. Sylvain Lefebvre was a bust when he played for the Rangers, New York City. Well, who cares about the Rangers, okay? He was great when he played for the Leafs and the Quebec Nordique. You deek. God. Knocking Sylvain Lefebvre. You wouldn't know a defenseman if they stuck their stick up your butt, New York City Dave. And by the way, how about those Leafs? Nice performance last night. Saturday night, they're going to announce, what's his name? Brian Burke's going to be the new GM. And they're going to be having parades in the streets. Oh, hallelujah. And that's going to make a difference. They suck so bad. It's an embarrassment. But then again, that's because these people are crazy with that crap. They'll pay like $500 a ticket to go watch the make-believes. And because they can get away with that, so that's why they do it. It's like us getting away with putting 80 minutes of spots in an hour on the sports shows, because we can. And because there are a few people actually who will listen to that. Not too many. A few. Oh, here we go. Here comes some crap. You think it would be okay if I see? That's cute. Fen. Can't read that on the air. Filthy. Neil, the reason why Sid the Kid wants to go on satellite radio is his best friend Mad Dog Chris Russo was on the air there. No kidding. Remember he was on the mic and Mad Dog's show in New York. No, I don't remember and I don't care. I've been listening to you for 10 years. Keep it up. Happy Thanksgiving to George, you and Fat Chris, Nancy and Delray Beach. Thanks, Nancy. We don't care about Sid the Kid. or Chris Russo or any of that chazarai. See, there's a reason why most people hate New Yorkers, okay?
What is that? What do you got for me?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying all New Yorkers are like that, just way too many. Way too many. Josh says, from the fake Josh Cordes. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll put that money from the check you're sending me to good use this weekend. I'm enrolling Fat Chris and Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, and Jenny Craig. Warm, smugly, wet kisses to Brandon, snugly, from the fake Josh Cordes. Neil, I'm curious as to what George thought of the series finale of The Shield. I think it might be the best finale to a series I've ever seen, says Rich. You seen The Shield, the finale?
Yeah, it was very good. It was on last night.
Oh, good.
Not perfect, but very good.
Supernatural is on Scream TV here every night. Like, I think at 9 o'clock. Supernatural with Sam and Dean. Oh, my God. Remember how Cordes used to get so upset because when they go to a motel, I mean, they were living on the cheap. It didn't look like anybody was actually working in that family. And they'd go to some cheap motel, some floozy motel, and they'd share a room. You know, what's the big deal with that? They're brothers. They're not sleeping in the same bed. They're not like taking off their clothes and rolling around in the. What is wrong with that man? What is wrong with Josh Cordes? I think it was working on this show created a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A macho image problem. Free coffee on Florida Turnpike for the holiday weekend, somebody sent me. Florida's Turnpike system is again offering free coffee on the heaviest travel days during the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday weekend. Officials are urging drivers to take a safety break if they become fatigued. Beginning today, motorists can stop at any of the 8 Turnpike service plazas, help themselves to a free cup of coffee. The offer extends through Sunday during select times on the Turnpike. In other words, whenever you go in there, they'll say, oh, not anymore. In return, officials ask that drivers promise the attendant that they and their passengers will buckle up to survive the drive, yada, yada. And then it says Thanksgiving Day is Thursday. Wow. Could have fooled the hell out of me. Oh, here's one from Grubber Tuchus. Oh, yeah, this real asswipe. Since you're mailing it anyway, why don't you just put the show on a continual loop of Disney Bits, Christmas? Yeah, this is the one doesn't like this, doesn't like anything. Anyway, you need to get back to the basics of talk radio. Calls from listeners, no. In-studio guest, no chance. Call-in guest, none. Ask the expert segments such as Monday, Ask the Doctor, Tuesday, Ask the Psychic, Wednesday, Ask the Gambling Expert, Thursday, Ask the Restaurant Critic, and Friday, Ask the and stop mailing it in with excuses. Look what all those guests did for Sandy Payton. Ask the Doctor. Grubber toughs my ass.
All the tried and failed things.
Says just to make sure they weren't going to win last night against Atlanta, one of their defensemen scored in their empty net. Wasn't that nice to make believe? They suck. They make me embarrassed and humiliated to be alive. Even George ain't too happy about what's going on with them.
No,
I say let's bring back Jim Dory.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names. The best talent. It's the Mad Dog. Jim Mandich.
Afternoons 4 to 7.
Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
Get the honey, Junior.
Hey, don't steal my Obama sign. I will find you, you little punk. I will find you and call the cops. Bring back my Obama sign.
By the way, do you know Peter Frampton's been married 2 or 3 times, and he's got like 3 kids?
No, I did not know that.
How do you like that? He had a wife, you know. I bet you thought that Peter Frampton was kind of gay, didn't you?
No, I never thought that at all.
I never really cared.
You know that chick that wrote that book about all the rock musicians that she had sex with?
Mm-hmm.
Said that he had the smallest one of anyone ever in the world.
Really?
Guess who she said had the biggest one?
These are musicians?
These are musicians, right. She's a, not professional, but she's just a notorious rock and roll groupie.
Bowser.
No. You'll never guess. Huey Lewis.
Oh, Huey Lewis and the Nudes.
Yeah, that's the news.
Yeah. Who cares?
Apparently it's newsworthy.
He's still gross.
Well, there's trivia for you.
I don't care if he's hanging around if he's got a fire hose attached to his thing. Anyway, the Beast, speaking of things, I'm sure this is the real one, too. You think?
The real Beast?
Yeah.
No.
It says from Brian London.
Okay.
Neil, when you said the word dank, I chuckled to myself because the last time someone mentioned that word on the air was the day Pharrell got fired, and it's been downhill since. Although it's nice to have a license. Happy Turkey Day, the Beast. How do you like that? The Beast, he'll be on tomorrow along with maybe Jesse Agler, maybe not. And if Jesse isn't going to be there, then maybe Flea will be there. I doubt that. Oh, no, Flea is on 2 to 4. Look what we've got on Thanksgiving Day for you. We've got Linder and Levine from 7 to 10 following 2 hours of ESPN Swill. Beast and Jesse 10 to 2. Spectre and Cope. Spectre, is that...
Brian Spector, Orlando. Spector? No, it's Brian Spector, right. Orlando's producer.
Phil Spector and Myron Cope from 2 to 4. Fowler and Herb Street replay. Lee Fowler? Fowler and Herb Street replay? What is that?
Chris Fowler and Kirk Herb Street replaying them?
Replaying what?
Previously on the air, I guess.
You know something? I'm going to have Clarence Baker acted. Now, do you have to be related to somebody to have them Baker acted?
I don't know how that works.
No, it's the only thing we can do to survive on this radio station. We have to have him taken away so we can be safe. You know what I mean?
I know.
I'm not joking about that. You think I'm making a joke? I'm dead serious.
What? I'm arguing with you? Does it sound like I'm arguing or disagreeing?
You probably, though, think I'm just joshing.
Ah.
Oh, no. I can't believe Joey left that behind.
I found
Sirius stock. Let's see if it's still hanging in there at 15 cents or if it's on the decline again. That would be bad. Let's see. Here we go. 15 cents. It's holding steady, baby. That Sirius stock is
rock solid.
You betcha. And what's going to happen if that thing does go under in the next few months or by the end of next year and all these people, oh, Neil, you got to go to Sirius. You need to be on Sirius. That's where it's at, you know. And what happened if they go bankrupt? Which I predicted in the beginning before they ever even started that thing that it wasn't going to. I said, speaking of Thanksgiving, I said it was going to be a turkey. Didn't I say that?
Yes, you did.
I said most people aren't going to pay for something they can get for free.
That's right.
Other than the Howard groupies, most people, but they got so many music channels on it. So what? If you can't find the music you like and put it on your iPod, your thing, then good luck to you. Then you're an idiot.
I will say this. They're not bad, but still not worth it.
They're not bad what? The music stations?
The new music channels that they have are...
yeah, but they just got through screwing them all around, right, according to the emails we're getting.
Right, but still.
Changed them all around, screwing them on up, and then they're censoring
know what
some
you're
of the
doing.
channels. How can they be censoring? Oh, Jingleheimer, I'm blocking your ass. You're an idiot. You're just a moron. Jingleheimer Jones. Problem is you. Problem is people like you. Oh, here's the worst airline story of them all, according to Phil. I'll print it out. Yeah, Jingleheimer Jones. That's what we get on there. Misfits, lunatics. Just like, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. We get the same stuff on the emails. People with no lives.
I have no lives.
Jingleheimer Jones. Oh, what a clown. What a comedian. So funny. In fact, I got one from him in the pile here that I was going to get to. But I might actually dig down in here and dig it out. From Jingleheimer Jones, who I just blocked. And the thing, like I told you, the thing about blocking people on the MySpace, on the, here it is, on the Outlook Express is that they don't even know they've been blocked. They keep sending you the swill, assuming that they're getting it to you, and you're not even seeing it. You don't even know it's there, much less reading it, Jingleheimer. Here it is. Here's the earlier one from Jingleheimer Jones, 8:26 p.m. last, what does that mean? Last night, yeah. Does anyone know why Neil doesn't take calls anymore? This is the only radio show where the host doesn't want feedback from the audience. This is why Stern... when you hear this, you're going to wet your pants. This is why Stern rules so much. He takes calls from people and engages them in intelligent conversation. Now listen.
You're right. You're right.
Listen. No, the best part is coming. I once waited 2 hours on hold to speak to Stern, and it was all worth it. It was one of the best experiences of my life, even euphoric. I may not accomplish much in my time, but at least I can die knowing I spoke to a true radio legend like Howard Stern. Oh my God!
I have no life. I have no life. I have no life. I have no life. I have no life.
He just made everybody in our audience feel better.
I have no life.
Oh,
Prozac Ron feels better.
Yeah.
Now.
Oh yeah. This guy makes Prozac Ron seem like Albert Einstein, Jingleheimer Jones. That's the reason why. If you like Howard so much, how come you're listening to me? Howard's on right now and all day long. I'm serial. Hop on it, Jingleheimer. That was one of the greatest experiences of his life. I don't want to take the same 4 callers any more than I want to read the same 4 emails, although we have no other ones in there today. It's just the day before Thanksgiving. It never dawned on me. I thought it was like at Pesach when all the Jews get real busy. 901 votes on the poll. We're going to make 1,000 here, not easily. We'll crawl along to that, then we'll change it. This is a good poll. Who should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? We've done it before, but long ago. Like the 1910 Fruit Gum Company ought to be in there. Now, is Peter Frampton in there or not?
In the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? We can find out.
Yeah, find out. Because if not, he sure as hell ought to be. I'm sure he must be. But then again, Chicago? Chicago is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think a bunch of communists run the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
It's a conspiracy.
I think a bunch of communists from Cleveland run that damn thing. Too bad Ranieri's not around anymore. He'd go up there and kick their ass. That's where he started, in Cleveland. I don't know where he started, but I mean, that's where he was big before he came to Miami.
Squirt.
Peter Frampton's not in.
What is it?
Peter Frampton's not in.
Well, get that on there right away. Peter Frampton. Oh, my God. What an omission on our part. An nocturnal omission. Can't believe that. Outlook Express. Here's Jimmy. Long-time listener. Keep up the good work. Jimmy in Miami, addicted to the crackberry. Have a safe one. Thanks, Jimmy. See, there's somebody that cares. How long does it take to tap out a few words, to be friendly, to be decent, to be bah, bah? They can't do it. They can't muster it in them. They can't find it in themselves. They don't have the capacity to do it. Well, we already sent you some crap on your birthday, so shut up, you old fag. That's basically the message, It's like that MySpace garbage. I think after today, I think I'm dumping the MySpace, the show page.
Okay.
Well, what's the point?
None.
And now, half the time, of the very few emails I get on there, they want something. Oh, well, we need you to promote this one. This one's starving to death, and blah, 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 blah. And Hulk Hogan, his daughter-in-law, has got, wild hemorrhoids or whatever. I'm supposed to do something about it. Just like your friend P.R. Ralph. Play this, play that. Yeah, go play with yourself, P.R. Ralph. If you can find the equipment, go play with yourself. Get out of our face. Do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Nasty, nasty, hostile people. And this is supposed to be the time of the year, like between Thanksgiving and the end of the year. Goodwill, peace on earth and goodwill toward men, and even a few women if they put out. I mean, what is that all about? What kind of lie is that? Just like Santa Claus. Just another lie. Peace on earth. Yeah, when's that going to start? And goodwill toward men. I got a lot of goodwill toward men if they're young and hot and willing. What?
Yeah, goodwill.
I got goodwill toward Matt Castle, I'll tell you that. Hey, Matt, although he's got a little bit of a schnoz problem. Have you noticed that, Chris? He's got a beak.
Sure.
You have seen that, right? You've seen him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to get all defensive like Cordes now.
I'm not getting defensive at all.
Good. Because you were raving about what a great-looking guy he was last week.
Say what?
And that was before the Patriots beat the crap out of your Dolphins on Sunday.
Now you're drunk.
No, I'm not drunk. Listen, I'm as lucid as they come.
You're as loose
I love
as they
lucid.
Come?
What?
You're as loose as they come?
Yeah, I doubt that. I doubt that. Just ask Kathy Willard. She'll tell you. Can't hold a candle to that bitch. I wonder if she's still around.
She's somewhere.
I wonder if Doug Danziger is still in the closet. Who was it? Her husband was hiding in the closet, right?
Correct.
What was his name?
Oh, boy.
Jeff Willits.
There you go.
Boy, am I sharp or what, huh?
Yes, you are.
Oh, my God. I'm as sharp as a tack. 905 votes. Did you add Peter Frampton on there?
Yep.
I don't see him. The fact that the association has got only one vote is... I don't see Peter Frampton. You sure you added it, or you're just lying, just making it up? I know you're lazy, because I am too. Fat people are all lazy. Maybe he passed everybody.
You know what it is? It got added to the who's most pathetic.
Oh, my God. It got added to the next pool. I'll be damned. Poor Peter. poor Peter can't catch a break.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain. Any questions?
No.
All right.
Optimistic about the way that things are going.
No.
I never ever think of it at all. Don't you ever worry when you see what's going down. Well, I'm proud of my business, that is no business at all. make it happen. We can make it happen.
11:05 at 560 WQM. Not only is it a great song, but it's also 5 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, that makes it better.
5:01. What?
That makes it better.
Yeah. In fact, let's play it again. Oh. Woo! Hey, listen, it's Turkey Day. We can mail it in. I mean, we're not working tomorrow, so maybe we should have played the rack today. Although we can't play the rack because most of the good stuff we can't play now anyhow. That was great back in the day when we could play stuff. That was funny and hysterical, and people would be glued to the radio. Oh, I can't wait to hear this and that, you know. What have we got to play now that people say, oh, I can't wait to hear this?
I don't know. That Mickey Neisner.
You know, I'm not even going to say. All I'm going to say about that. No, seriously. All I'm going to say about that is
Eisner?
That. Mike says, Happy Thanksgiving to you and the crew. Was wondering if you or George are planning to go shopping on Black Friday. No.
No.
If you are, good luck shopping with all those maniacs. Make sure to bring a taser gun, says Mike. Thanks, Mike. Johnny Rotten says, Happy Turkey to you and Neil and George. I have several things to be thankful for. My health, cold beer, boobs, good pot, pink grapefruit splash soft soap, food, boobs, my 2 chihuahuas, and sleep. Love you lots, Johnny Rotten. Mm-hmm. Oh, and here's Grubber Tuchus, who's always, meh. Wow, he finally sent like a little article here, something not negative. Thief uses KY lubricant to swipe ring on Fort Lauderdale woman's hand. Police in Fort Lauderdale say a thief used a KY lubricant to swipe an expensive ring off an elderly woman's hand in broad daylight. He swiped the ring off the broad. Authorities say 2 men bumped 80-year-old Helen Artim's car, then asked her to open her trunk to check for damage. Police say the suspect ran his hand over hers, covering it in KY lubricant, then used a towel to wipe it off. Well, at least he had the decency to wipe it off. It's then police believe he slipped the ring off Artim's finger. The piece of jewelry is valued at between 20 and 30 grand. No arrests in the November 14th incident have been made yet. Well, thanks a lot, Grubber Tuchus. It's about time you sent something worthwhile as opposed to your nah. I'm sorry, I don't have time in my life for negative, hostile people. Because it makes me negative and hostile. I'm getting really, 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 really hostile.
Are you?
You noticed?
No.
Yeah, that's right. I'm getting really sour with these bastards. How is it possible that one place could collect so many misfits, so many miscreants, so many nasty, hostile, sour people? I do like hot and sour soup, though.
Not me.
We ordered some Chinese for lunch yesterday, me and Paco, and it sucked. It wasn't very, from a place I've been getting it for a long time, and it wasn't the usual. There's nothing worse than a restaurant where they're inconsistent, you know? Like most of the time it's pretty good, or some of the time, and then sometime it blows. Maybe they got like some illegal alien in the kitchen. Some
like
illegal
Chinese alien?
Some illegal Chinaman, yeah. No speaking English. Let's see. Bill says, Bill Schroeder. I wonder if he's kin to John Schroeder from Buffalo Raceway. In the poll for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they should induct toothless Shane McGowan from the Pogues? Pogues? I never heard of the Pogues.
That's right.
The kids are all off school today, and we're listening to your show. Oh, the kids are off school today. And you're corrupting the children. Good. Can you play Barney Takes a Dump for us? No, I can't. Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, well, why not send us emails asking, can we play Sofa King? Can we play My Anus? Just requesting all the stuff that you know we can't play. That'll be worthwhile. What's that? Is that the Pogues? I never heard of the Vogues. Remember the Vogues?
Yes.
5 O'Clock World? What was the big hit by the Vogues?
I met my love
I'll tell you in a second.
by the gasworks wall.
Turn around, look at me. My special angel.
Dreams
No.
that
The one that I love? Look at me with. What is it? Oh, You're the One. You're the One. This is a good song. The Vogues. I wonder if they're in there.
Every time we meet,
I'm sure not. They're good.
everything is sweet.
Well, George is on top of it today, man. He's cranking out the hits.
I must surrender. My love is your love now and forever. You're the one that I long to
Could you
get.
please play this? Can you play Barney Takes a Dump? Go take a dump on the Thanksgiving table, okay? Get out of my face. You silly person. Oh, that's why we're not getting a lot of response. The kids are off from school today.
They are?
Well, that's what he says. I don't know. Are your kids in school?
My kid is in school, yes.
Maybe that's right. You got one kid that's already out of school.
Right.
And then the other little one. the one that's searching for a daddy.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Here's one from, wait till you hear who sent this one. John Smith. How perfect for Thanksgiving is that? Next one is going to be from, what was her name? Alan Alda? Who were the Pilgrim people? The famous John Alden, and what was the broad's name?
Oh, I don't
Priscilla,
know. Hester Prynne.
Priscilla Goodparts. John Smith says, Happy Thanksgiving to you and George. Pumpkin pie sucks. Apple, blueberry, or pecan. He says, you're a fan. Well, I'm glad you like those. I like pumpkin pie just fine, especially with like a little whipped cream on it. A dollop. Not out of a can, not ready whip. A dollop of fresh whipped cream, right?
Whatever you can get.
On punky pie. Oh, New York City Dave is back. Neil, I'm with you on Chicago. They should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. No kidding, New York City Dave. I'm wearing a Chicago concert shirt right now at work. I saw them at the Hard Rock in May, one of the best concerts I ever saw. Sorry about the last email. I'll be on my best behavior. You know, you people that know nothing about hockey, you're messing with a hockey maven. Don't be sending me crap about Sylvain Lefebvre stung. Who cares about the Rangers? Call up Mifo. He'll tell you about Gump Worsley and Eddie Jackman. That's his hockey knowledge. Eddie Jackman and Gump Worsley. That's a Mifo. Hockey talk with Mifo. What a market. What a bunch of parochial goofballs. Including you, New York City Dave, knocking my boy Sylvain Lefebvre. I'd like to see Sylvain take his hockey stick. Take New York City Dave, bend him over the sink, and stick that thing so far up his ass that it came out the top of his head. I'd give a sitting ovation for that.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
All right.
There was a blue Elvis and his doom returned so blue there in the bathroom. Decorations of black on his casket, I see. That he won't cut any more LPs. I'll visit you, Elvis, in Graceland, buried next to Gladys and Vernon. You weren't feeling quite right. Then your face turned all white. Oh, then you turned blue, 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 Elvis. Goodbye to you, Elvis.
I'm dying over here.
Forever. Yes. I'll bet you're still the king up there in heaven. Every night I'm at home and I'm watching TV. I have to sit through all his dumb movies and listen to Elvis whenever he starts to croon. It's now or never. But as I watch his flicks and I look at all those chicks, I wish I knew if they blew, blue, blue, blue Elvis. Oh, which one's blue Elvis? Blue, 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 blue Elvis.
11:19 at 560 WQM. Happy Thursday from the whole gang at QM, those of us who actually are working. Here's an email that's the epitome of South Florida. You want to hear it?
Please.
From Frappy Grit.
Right?
This is beautiful. I don't understand why you've essentially given up on doing a decent show. You're sitting for 4 hours by the microphone anyway. Why not do a good show? And what about George? Obviously, the only reason you have to keep him there was so you can trash the Spicks like Howard has Robin. But now it's clear that you have no Spick listeners left. Why not ditch him? He does such a lousy job. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too, Frappy Grit. Rhymes with Schmidt. Yeah. The day before Thanksgiving, and this is the kind of swill, I have to sit here and beg for anybody to, communicate with us in a positive, friendly, humane way. Not to kiss ass, because I hate ass kissers. Oh, and by the way, speaking of that, guess who's blocked and he doesn't know it?
I don't know.
Let me give you one clue. Lifeguards.
Oh, yeah.
Maxwell.
Uh-huh. I don't say the name. I don't see the name.
Schmott.
Yeah.
Maxwell Schmantz.
That person is beneath my notice.
Yeah, well, he's blocked, and he keeps sending me stuff, and I don't read it, and he's blocked. You're blocked. Don't just go away, okay? You're boring. You're terminal. You and your whole lifeguard shtick. Shtick it. Maybe that's what we're going to do is, like, this last month and a few days, clean out the whole, I don't know, like douching the whole operation. And if anybody knows how the Baker Act works, I really want to know if we can really get Clarence Baker Act, and I'm not joking about that. We need to save QAM, and the only way to do that is to have him taken away. Because Jolly Joe, he's hands off. I don't believe in micromanaging, Neil. Ho, 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 ho. Meaning he doesn't know crap, so he just lets Clarence do whatever he wants. We need to have him put away for at least 5 years anyway, till we're done.
Okay.
Or maybe we can just,
Okay.
Maybe we can take up a collection and have something horrible happen to him, like a hangnail. Then remember what he said.
No.
Words to live by. Joyce has a real problem with penis and vagina.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Speaks volumes.
And anything else that you might say on the air, too, by the way. Here's one from somebody who says, thanks for the laughs. I've been listening since I was middle school. I'm 28, Spick in Hollywood. Happy Turkey Day. Well, thank you. And
I thought we didn't have any Spick listeners anymore.
Well, there's one. Yeah, maybe it's Jingleberry Schwartz, since I blocked him. And he must be the one that we just read a minute ago. Because they keep changing the email address, which is fine. Keep you off the streets. Give you something destructive to do. Tim in Miami says, you know how some days you wake up with a song on your mind? Thanks to you and George, my morning song today was the Slinky commercial. Stay clear of turkeys. You have a good start being in T.O., says Tim. Thanks, Tim. Happy turkey. Now, there's plenty of turkeys here. Make no mistake about it. They're just not as overt. Not as obnoxious and disgusting, although there were a couple of Russian women at Woodbine last night. Loud, obnoxious, disgusting. And then, screaming to each other. They're like a foot away from each other, but they're screaming to make sure that everybody else in the place hears it. What is it with Russian women? My God.
What about them?
Disgusting. At least the older ones. The young ones, I don't know. Well, you would know. You've been hitting on Cordes' girlfriend.
That's right.
Ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, right.
There's a turkey. Look at that stuff hanging from its beak. Oh, what a gross thing that is. And tomorrow you people are going to eat that? Oh, God. That's worse than eating boogers. Good golly. At least boogers occasionally can be
salty?
Yeah, that's right. How do you know?
Sometimes
Carlos says, Uncle Neil, I just wanted to wish you, George, and Lard ask Chris a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed a long weekend. If you go to Woodbine, good luck. Thanks, Carlos. There's a guy who cares enough to send. Probably took him at least 20 seconds to type that out. But these people don't have 20 seconds for us. Oh, we're busy. You're Deezy. How's Tommy Rowe? Is he in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Deezy. Silly music. What about Patience and Prudence?
What about him?
Don't play that again. What about David Seville and the Witch Doctor? Is he in there? Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ting, tang,
right
walla, walla, bing, bang. What?
I got him right here. You know that.
You got David Seville and the Witch Doctor? What does this mean?
I told the witch doctor I was in love with you.
Neil, I guess you can't get to Woodbine. I may not be nearly as old as you, but I know my hockey history from Glenn Anderson to Zarley Zalapsky to Drake Barahowski. Drake Barahowski. Now we're talking. Ooh, Drake. Take your clothes off, Drake. And I don't bend over any boards for anyone's stick. Sorry, I did not prefer... this is New York City Dave. Say hello to Ron Holweg. You say hello to him. Say goodbye to Ron Wilson on the way out. New York City Dave. Show me his hockey ingenuity. Zarley Zalapsky. Drake Barahowski. Anybody who would mention Drake Barahowski has got to be.
Gay.
Hey, Dave.
You fairy.
Yeah. He was a pretty young man, Drake Barahowski. A lot of pretty boys. out there. Not enough, but there's a lot of them out there. Rob says, this is a different Rob. This is Rob in Miami Beach, not Chronic Rob in Fort Lauderdale, who isn't with us today, I guess. He can't be bothered. No, nobody can be bothered. They're busy. It's the day before Thanksgiving. They're busy making arrangements. We don't want to screw up all their arrangements, you know? Rod says, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for your years of entertainment. See, that's all. Just something nice. And we acknowledge that you're alive and that you got a name, real or made up, and that's the way it goes. I could sit here and play the rack, and that would really be mailing it in. I could play more music, you know. But this isn't a music station. It's not a music show. I am going to play that, though. I love that.
Good.
Smelling Stronger Every Day?
Yes, I am.
That's the Josh Friedman theme song. Is he still across the street, by the way, that lard-ass?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Oh, my God. Oh. I'll never forget the time after a Panther game, he went waddling up to Ray Whitney to, pass along some message from me as if, and Ray just went running away. Running away. If Josh Friedman, came waddling up to you, you'd run away too.
Yeah.
Sean says, this is something nobody has ever told me before in my life. Your poll is too long. Never heard that.
No,
When you add choices, it pisses me off because if I already voted, it seems my vote doesn't count. Oh, like this is rocket science. It's just for fun, Sean. Whatever happened to Rick and Suds? Suds comes in free loads on Georgia's show, although I guess you guys don't get lunch anymore, huh?
I buy it.
You buy lunch when Suds shows up?
If he wants lunch, I buy it. I order
He shows
from
up when
Tony's and I pay
George is
for it.
filling in.
Yeah.
And, of course, Rick, I don't know what he's doing. He's sending me
He's in
phony
LA.
emails. He's what?
Biggest name.
From the West Coast.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names.
The best talent. The Big O.
Orlando Alzagari. Mornings 5 to 7.
Sports Radio 560
QAM. The sports leader.
This is the most disgusting program. I urge everyone to complain to this station.
And now, Language Lab, the show that teaches you a foreign language in less than 60 seconds. Today's lesson, Greek. Lesson 1, strawberry pie.
Strawberry pie.
Lesson 2, apple pie.
Apple pie.
Lesson 3, pumpkin pie.
Punky pie.
Customer, what kind of pie do you have? Answer.
Apple pie, strawberry, and punky.
Language Lab is a public service and may not be copied or authorized for resale. Thank you.
Language tape number 7. Ordering Chinese food over the phone. Follow along and repeat. Chinese takeout manager.
Hello, happy paradise. What's your order?
Customer.
Yes. I would like an egg roll to go, please.
Takeout manager.
You want spring roll or egg roll?
Repeat.
You want spring roll or egg roll?
Customer.
I would prefer the egg roll, please.
Takeout manager.
Okay, spring roll. You want a mushroom special with that?
Repeat.
You want a mushroom special with that?
Customer.
No mushu, thank you, and I requested an egg roll, please.
Okay, spring roll. You want poo-poo platter or special to egg roll?
No poo-poo platter or spring roll, just an egg roll, all right?
So, you just want a spring roll, right?
No, an egg roll. I just want an egg roll, understand?
Okay. One spring roll. Your name?
No spring rolls. I don't want any spring rolls. I just want an egg roll. One egg roll, okay?
Oh, egg roll.
Yes.
We all run out of egg roll. Baby, you call back later.
Now turn this tape over for language tape number 8. Giving directions to Iranian taxi drivers.
11:32, Punjabi, baby, Punjabi. They're not Iranian, they're Indian. They're from Punjab.
Okay.
You know the Punjab man? Nick says, Neil, George, and Chris, happy Thanksgiving. Spick listener here. See, I thought we didn't have any. According to Jingleberry Schwartz. I hope you guys enjoy your upcoming days off as much as I will. Oh, God, you have no idea. I just closed on my new house. What a GD deal. It says the only drawback is I won't have you listen to while I work. Love you, Neil. Says Nick. Thanks, Nick. Congrats. Here's one that is just obnoxious from Pete in Tampa. Wouldn't you think this is the time of the year for, like, goodwill on earth and peace and piece of ass, piece of something?
No, not here.
Not in South Florida, man. 365, 24/7. It's it's that. We hate We love to hate. God, so many sour holes. You know the Sour Patch Kids?
Yes.
You do?
I know them well.
Seriously, is that like something in the States, or is that just Canadian, the Sour Patch Kids?
No, they're all over the place.
They are?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like a candy or something.
They're universal, yeah.
It is.
Yeah. But it's universal? I never had it. Is it good?
Sour candy.
What is it, like Lifesavers?
No, like a gummy type of a thing?
Oh, gummy. The stuff that like pulls your fillings out.
That's right.
Dentist Delight. Peter Baum. Yeah, this email's a bomb, all right. Pete in Tampa. When you hear this, you're going to go ape. Chicago was a great band for about 5 years. You have to consider that most of what they've done since the mid-'70s was MOR mush, awaiting your rebuttal. Pete in Tampa. First of all, what difference does it make what decade they did to get him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? I bet you Bill Haley's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Bill Haley in the Comets? He do anything in the 70s? Probably was dead in the 70s. How about Fats Domino? He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Do anything in the 70s?
Bill Haley's in.
Who?
Bill Haley is in.
He's in?
Yep. Fats Domino's in.
No, you're missing what I'm saying.
Oh, no, you're saying that they didn't do anything in the 70s. I know.
What did I just get through saying? I'm saying that they're both in there. You are not listening, mister.
Apologize.
We're going to have Josh Cordes come in there and stick his head all the way up your ass.
Please, no.
Yes, till it comes out of your earlobe.
That's okay.
It's going to be like that movie with Ray Milland and Rosie Greer, the thing with two heads. I still got to send that to George. You'll laugh. You'll pee in your pants.
Can't wait.
When you see them perform the operation. And the funny part is that Ray Milland plays this crazy scientist who's a real racist. And he's got a very short time to live. And so he comes up with this concept. They're going to find some prisoner who's willing to undergo the operation and have Ray Milland's head attached to his body. Next to his head. Now, can you imagine if David Duke had his head attached, like, say, next to Al Sharpton?
That would be funny. That'd be a good comedy.
Yeah. Anybody who knocks Chicago, their taste in music is in their tuchus. I wouldn't even waste my time getting excited about this. I mean, I could, I got both discs here. I got them all. And what difference, like I said, what difference does it make what decade it was? Huh? They should have been there a long time ago. That's the point. Huh? Am I right?
Yep. I mean, I like the earlier stuff way better, too, but just based on that alone.
Right. Yeah, let's play all Chicago all day. It was middle of the road mush. Pete, you've been in Tampa too long, man. You gotta get into the house once in a while. Probably sucking down them burgers at Crystal, cheese fries, too. It affects your brain when you spend too much time in Tampa. That's what Blabo told me. I could put the other disc in and alternate it. Think I could do that?
I know you could.
But it's the day before Thanksgiving. It's too much like work. I'm mailing it in case they hadn't noticed. I'm a Man? I don't even know this song. Do you?
No.
Well, then, screw it is what I say. I sure know this one. Oh, and talk about great songs. Let me ask you, is Bobby still on the land? I'm sure he did the lead vocal on this, right? Bobby Lamb.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Well, it sure wasn't Peter Cetera, speaking of mush. By the way, Peter Cetera is married with 75 kids. How about that?
You are my love and my life. You are my inspiration.
Oh, it's just middle of the road mush, Neil. That's all it is. You son of a bitch. You bastard, Pete in Tampa. I hope that Tom Velveeta comes to your house and rapes you endlessly for hours and hours with a gigantic strap-on. Or maybe he'll show up with a cape on. You never know that Velveeta. Remember those days?
Yep.
Now, you didn't go to that dive, that restaurant bar, whatever that place was, that he down by the water?
I don't think so.
And Curtis of...
Oh, God!
He was doing that karaoke crap.
No, I missed that.
Dressed up in drag. Oh,
I heard about that.
That was incredibly sad. And Tom Velveeta was there. I don't know if Susie Shortskirts let Curtis out that day. Boy, she sure grabbed onto his knob, I'll tell you that. She grabbed on and she wasn't about to let go. Remember Susie Shortskirts?
Sure.
At WNWS, we had Dick Casper's secretary. We used to call her Susie Shortskirts. Because her name was Susie and she wore not much.
Oh.
What's your opinion? It says, Happy U.S. Turkey Day. I'm finishing up grad school. Would like to get a toy vehicle, a Jeep Mustang. A Mustang, as a gift to myself and to my wife, who also finished up her master's year ago. I'm generally self-sacrificial and minimalist in light of possessions. But my wife makes a good point. If not now, when? That's right. We live in St. Augustine Beach near Jacksonville. Yuck. And a Jeep would be fun, but they're gas guzzlers. Would I be an anti-environmentalist bastard for doing such a thing? Yes. We're in our mid-30s. We have zero debt and good savings level. As an owner of a Corvette, I thought you might be able to share your ideas about doing such a thing. I realize you are not Susie Orman, but what do you think? Yeah, surprise, I am Susie Orman. That's right.
Listen, after 30 years, this is me. Take it or leave it.
Oh, I love him. He was ripping the Leafs in the organization and ass 2 nights ago. I was watching. It was fabulous. Attaboy, Bob. Bob McGowan on the Fan, Toronto. A real broadcaster on a real radio station. How come it is that the sports station here, they actually have, like, interesting things they talk about once in a while?
I wouldn't know.
It says, thanks, I'll hang up and listen to your answer. And WTF, what does that mean anyway? Brian in North freaking Florida. Let's take the break and we'll think about what Brian ought to get. Don't get a Mustang for crying out loud. You know something? I know you're going to think I'm crazy. I would recommend the Solstice over a Mustang.
Okay.
No, you never drove a Solstice, so you don't know what it's all about. It's not a bad little car. It's very sporty. It's a beautiful car. It's not a gas guzzler. And I imagine, like, for about 27, 28 grand, you could get, fully loaded. Not here, though. Boy, they rape you here, man. When you walk into the auto showroom here, they just say, bend over, please.
Biggest names.
The best
combination of proctologist and auto
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names. The best talent. It's the big dog, Joe Rose. Weekday morning, 7 to 10. Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
Oh, my God, your breasts are beautiful.
Ricky, 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 Ricky.
Everybody talk about
Ricky, 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 Ricky. Ricky's on the left and stupid. Sport holes, but they don't know nothing about radio. They can try to make some money, but oh no, they're too busy helping sport. Sport holes. Ricky, 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 Ricky,
What was that noise?
Oh, let me take a look at the security monitor.
Anything to do with sports?
No, just a lot of buildings burning and carnage. My car's okay, though.
Oh, go back to the phone.
Ricky, 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 Ricky,
One moment, please. I got a paper jam.
Uh-oh.
Jam on it. Oh, such problems. On the day before Thanksgiving, no less. And there were actually a few worthwhile reading emails in there, too. Oh, here they come. I just fixed it. It's called Do-It-Yourself Radio, baby. I may be mailing it in, but at least I'm doing engineering up here.
All right.
I guarantee I'm doing a lot more engineering for the show here than they are there. Believe you me. You know they?
Yeah, I know
So
they.
Peter from Tampa responds, you know, when you dig a deep hole and you fall down into it, you're probably better just to stay there for a little while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He says, Neil, everything you played about Chicago was from 68 to 76. My point was that everything since 76 has been very commercial and generally boring. Play something Chicago did after that. I bet you won't like it. They did some crappy MTV video music in the 80s, says Pete in Tampa. P.S. Haven't heard from Tom Velveeta in years. How do you like that? He totally doesn't respond to what I said. It doesn't make any difference when they made their great music. The fact of the matter is it was sensational, unbelievably good. That's like saying Elvis ain't done anything good lately. How come he's in the damn Hall of Fame? And like I said, Fats Domino, for Christ's sakes, sensational, spectacular. Only communists don't like Fats Domino and racists. It doesn't make any difference when you did your great music. The point is, like Beethoven ain't done nothing good lately either, has he?
Yeah, I don't think he's
What
in
a
the Rock and Roll Hall
schmuck
of
you
Fame,
are,
though.
Pete. This is what happens when you hang out in Tampa too long. Flea ought to be living proof of that. Look at what a twerp he turned out to be. We thought he was going to be a good guy, and he turned out to be a real twerp. Didn't we think he was going to be our friend? I'm your friend. I'm your friend. He's a twerp. He's a butt sucker, man. He's into Joe Bell. It's just unbelievable. The two of them are joined at the armpit. I think they take soft soap showers together. I think they're smearing that pink grapefruit on each other. That's right.
I just ran out of my bottle.
I got mine. I got, and you know what else is good is the pomegranate, whatever, the mango soft soap. Oh, it's so fruity. It sounds like it's so...
Gay.
Oh, you guys. But you know something? When a guy's got like a macho complex, when he's got a problem with that means he's probably a closet queen.
You fairy.
Right?
I imagine.
Like a lot of your people, you know. Oh, maricon, maricon. Anybody who says maricon, that's a maricon. That's a bugaron. Guaranteed. Zisco, who tried before with a very weak email. I'm glad you're there, Zisco, but, you know. He says this guy obviously doesn't know his music. In his eyes, I'm sure Daddy Yankee or some other reggae crap should be in the country music. HOF. It says, dumb spick. I can say spick because I am one, says Zisco. I didn't know that. Till this moment, I never knew that Zisco was a spick. Did you?
Well, there you go.
Chicago had dozens of hits. Playing them brings back memories. I forget how great they are. Keep it up and play 100 Years Gone By for me, please. See, another request. You're the breast. Again, happy Turkey Day to you guys. Poll idea for Chris, God of the Poll. How many people do you think will be assaulted on Black Friday at the malls? Bad idea. Thanks, Zisco. Have a great, whatever. Melissa in Concord, North Carolina. Remember Melissa? Holla back. And she wrote it again. Holla back at your girl. Oh, let's holla back. Now, is Melissa, do you think, dark-complected? Do white people say holla back, or is that...
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody says holla back?
That's right. Get
so
with
she
it.
She could be white. Not that it makes any difference, you understand. We'd like to have, like, a fairly dark-complected lady listening in North Carolina.
Well, when
Or
she
even
says that...
What?
When she says that, just say, you ain't no holla back girl.
I'm sorry. One thing about me, I'm an old fart. I'm not going to pretend to be hip and cool. I'm not. I'm as cool. I'm as square as a cardboard box. And very pleased to be. When I see the crap that passes for music nowadays, and I don't want to sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but it is garbage. Swill. Wrap my ass. For the holidays. Let's see if I can find some. Oh, yeah. It's Divine Brown.
It ain't nothing but a party all up in here.
Now, is there going to be some four-letter words in this? I hope not.
Take some time to check out this verse. He was working all day in retail, 40 hours, 7 days a week. All the hours just amount to enough, and the job was a dead-end street.
You like that crap?
No.
Oh. Well, why not? What's wrong with you? Racist?
And the only thing that I can say is, hey, mommy, I ain't running shorty to a bottle. She said she didn't drink the S.O.P.
Well, you like this one. It sounds like Instinct. And they're knocking Chicago, huh? Who's that queen? You know who that is?
No.
Good. You don't know your music. You pretend to know your music.
That's
right. And of course, MTV doesn't play music anymore, and I've been saying that for years. They have all these horrible shows on.
The clean version. Okay.
All these horrible shows were these so-called reality shows. And we're going to vote you off, and we're going to vote this one off, and everybody's getting voted off, and here's your last chance for love, and am I going to, oh, my God, some lesbian lush. When are they going to put some music on MTV again, ever or not? Most of that stuff I was just playing is like Much Music. Much Music! Here's Melissa who says, hey, Neil, I'm enjoying the show today. My mom is a huge fan, but hasn't listened in years. Well, why the hell not, Mom? What's wrong with you, communist? When I visit her this holiday weekend in South Carolina, I'm going to set your website up for her under her favorites so you can be a click away. Holla back at your girl. Now, what do you say back? How do you holla back at Melissa? All right. Oh, this is Mushi. Hey, let's holla back at Melissa. What do you say? There you go. Every one of these is a classic. Classic. And so maybe some of them are a little bit mushy. What's wrong with moosh? Huh?
Nothing.
This is very mushy.
Longest talk-up ever.
Really?
Could read 3 weathercasts, a Lost Dog Report, a newscast.
Even longer than Tequila by the Champs?
I haven't timed it out.
No.
But you could make yourself a sandwich. Come back.
Even longer than Rawhide by Link Ray and the Raymond?
Maybe. It's depressing.
It is. It's morbid.
Very morose.
Maybe Terry Kath was thinking about this when he put the gun to his head.
Stars and previous nights and faraway. Wishing you were here.
This might be my favorite.
So mushy, man. It's mushy. Yeah, I got something for you that's mushy.
That's what I heard.
Oh.
They have medication
It's
for that.
mushy. I wouldn't have played any more of that except that Pete, he egged me on. It just really frosts my ass. You know, I understand not everybody's got the same taste. Some people like plain vanilla ice cream, you know. Some people like butter pecan. But how can anybody not like Chicago? I think you're a communist, Pete. Communista.
Biggest names.
We're going to track your ass down,
This is
Pete.
Neil Rogers,
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
the sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
I am Osama bin Laden, and whenever I am in Miami, I listen to Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
Hi, I'm Joey D., formerly of Joey D. and the Starlighters. I'm also founder of the Rock and Roll Rest Home, where we provide care and treatment for many of the rock and roll stars you love so much in the past, but whose lives have been destroyed by crooked record companies. Stars like Mr. D. Clark over here. You can plainly see why we need your help. Over here, we have Danny Lupitas, who sang rhythm for the Gavons. Every now and then I try to help him out. It's okay, Danny. It's okay. Calm down. I will help you.
I wonder why I love you like I do.
Please show your support by sending your checks to 442 Glenwood Avenue in Surf City. Our email address is brunswick.swan. For more information, just call Beechwood 45789. Thank you.
Double one, and here's one from the fake Lee Feldman. You know how I know it's fake?
Yeah, because you know his real email?
Because the real ones always have that like logo, you know, the ass-istant, whatever he is. Joe Bell's ass man. It says, hey, genius, do you think I can get more done for your show on the station with Joe Bell as my friend or by pissing him off? I've seen how pissing him off has helped you. Quit being such a bitter old queen. Love you and have a great Thanksgiving. By the way, the only band gayer than Chicago was Queen. Both great bands, though. Chicago was gay? I mean, Peter Cetera had that gay
not
sound.
in a homosexual way. I don't think that's what they meant.
So what does that mean? I mean, I know what it means but what does that mean?
I thought
I'm
it
waiting.
spoke for itself. It's an attempt at humor by the fake whoever it is, that one person.
By the fake flea?
The fake...
Well, step on it.
Fake fill in the blank. It's all the same
Squish
person.
it. Squash it. Oh, Peter Baum is back again. Who still doesn't get it? You know, it's one thing to be a hard ass. It's another thing just to be a total ass. I get your point and agree Chicago was a great band in their prime. I would probably support them for induction in the hall. Well, he would support them. Let's get a vote. Peter's going to vote for him. He would support them. As if anybody gives a crap. Just like this other schmuck. This one that keeps, Grubber Tuchus. I'll get to his. One good thing about the Chronics, man, they never stop. They just keep coming back and back.
I'm your friend. I'm your friend. I'm your friend.
Well, usually the boyfriend follows.
I'm your friend. Hi, Ron. Hi, Ron.
Anyway, it's just that the truly great bands don't have 6 or 7 excellent years, then decide to just make music for the masses that compromises their original creative integrity. Well, what a pseudo-intellectual a-hole you are, man. Compromises their original creative integrity. By the way, if you like Chicago so much, how about Blood, Sweat, and Tears, who paved the way for Chicago and did music that was just as good? Da-da-da-da-da, yeah. Spinning Wheel. What was their other medley of their big hits?
They had a few.
Not too many.
This one?
David Clayton Thomas. Yeah, he was good. Da-da-da-da. I think they're on a poll, aren't they? You made me so very happy.
Thank you. Likewise. And then there's this one, which I like.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears is on the poll.
It's got 9 votes.
They've got 9 votes. So there you go, smarty pants. It's on the poll, schmuck. And anybody who says Blood and Sweat and Tears was as good as Chicago has got taste in their tuchus, okay? You've been over there with them yahoos too long, Pete. It's signed Pete in Tampa, who doesn't mix with the yahoos in this area, and gets a kick out of one of my heroes dissing me on the air. Well, ain't that special? That's right in the same category with the guy whose greatest moment in his life was calling Stern on the air.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about...
I have no life.
Oh. See, I didn't realize when we opened up the emails it was going to be mostly instructions for me on how to do the show and how bad it is and what I do wrong. And yeah, here's a good example. From Grubber Tuchus again. I'm not negative. No, he's not negative, but here's another negative email. Hostile. Bah! Stop saying that I'm being negative. I'm one of your longest listeners since 1978 who's either not dead or hard of hearing. Well, goody gumdrop. Good for you. See, the fact that you've been listening for a long time doesn't entitle you to tell me how to do the show or what to play or what to say. I hate to break the news to you, a-hole. When I started listening, George was still in diapers and roller skates and hadn't yet mumbled his first words, I hate you, Mama. Isn't he funny?
Yeah.
I think you're just fooling yourself into thinking that people enjoy those Disney and Chris Matthews bits. I don't care how many wired polls you do to falsely show people love them. Trust me, they cause major listener tune-out. As soon as they start, I can hear radios everywhere being switched over to 790. First of all, we don't compete with 790. It's a stupid sports station, okay? And if you knew anything about this show or about radio, you'd know that. You're only hurting yourself, ratings-wise, by playing those not funny, boring bits.
I'm Chris Matthews from MSNBC. Let's play hardball.
I mean, again, this guy, he ought to elope with Pete from Tampa. I don't really care whether you like those bits or not. He can hear... In other words, the whole world, whatever his taste is, that's what the rest of the world likes.
Glad you figured that out.
Oh, yeah. Whatever his name is, already Schmidt canned it. Here's one from Peter, different Peter. Peter from Boca, who says, believe it or not, I've been listening to you for 27 years now. Holy crap, more than a quarter century. Yeah, how about that, Pete? Who would have thought that having my FM radio work in my first car could have such an effect on my life? Or that not having it work. I've been listening to you as you jump from station to station over these years. I didn't jump from station to station, Pete. I take great umbrage with that. I worked a long time, except for KAT. I worked the shortest there 2 years. That was long enough. And I can honestly say this station has you worked up the most. Don't let the idiots there get to you. You always come out on top, and this time will not be different. You'll look back at this experience on WQM and realize you were so far superior to the talent the organization deserves that it isn't even funny. I already know that. This organization deserves Jerk Street and Drew Rosenstein Krantz House Schwartzberg. So hold your head up high and realize that one day soon this experience will be just another memory. Oh, God, talk about depressing. The Dow's up 37 points. Oh. Let's hear it. Hold your head up high and realize that one day soon it'll be just another memory. I look forward to the day when conventional radio lets talent like yours reign free without limitations. Rain, R-A-I-N. Come on, Pete. We deserve your unrestricted talent without having to pay for it. Maybe I'll live to see the day when you can have a show that lets you provide your audience with the content that grown-ups can enjoy, not ones that handcuff talent like yours like the current management has. I just hope I won't have to wait another 27 years to hear it. Oh, I'd only be 93. Have a happy Turkey Day. You are the best, says Pete. P.S. We met many years... Now, when we get to this last line, it's scary. We met many years ago when you granted my colleges and I a personal interview for our magazine, Excitement. This still remains one of my fondest memories. Thanks again for all the years of great radio entertainment. I'm glad you stuck around even through this cesspool that doesn't deserve it. I don't want to put Pete in the same category with that guy who had the call with Stern, you know. Go out and get laid, Pete. Go do something exciting. If meeting me was one of your most exciting moments, I realize he's trying to, you know, it's a compliment, suck up. But don't you find that a little bit appalling?
A little bit.
Unnerving, I would say. I mean, who the hell am I? Some old schlub. Oh, here we go. What's up with all the Bee Gee ripoff stuff? It's clear Chicago lifted from the Bee Gees. This is why they aren't in the hall. They lifted from the Bee Gees? What the hell have they got to do with the freaking Bee Gees? Also, do you think George W. Bush will be apologizing to the nation before he leaves? No, he will not. He couldn't leave soon enough. Neil, I've got all the Chicago CDs through Chicago 5. Even bought their excessive 4LP box set in 72 or whenever it came out. The only concert I ever gone to and couldn't get in was Chicago at the RIT in Rochester around 70. I'm a Chicago fan who was just disappointed with what they did after Terry Kath blew his brains out. And yes, I'm a communista. Oh, and then this is, again, I remain your biggest fan in Tampa, Pete. Go away, Pete. You're bugging me. He thinks I'm going to do, the whole show is going to be like a running debate with him about Chicago. Screw you, Pete. Now, what does this say? Here's an email that's sent to everybody but me. Slow dance. I've never sent anything to everyone I've ever known before, but I believe this is worth sending to everyone you know. Forwarded message. This is a poem written by a teenager with cancer. Well, you know something? It's the day before Thanksgiving. It's too depressing. Eric, have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Love you. Not our Eric, but another Eric. I think you should add Pink Floyd to the poll. This is who I would vote for. Pink Floyd's not in there?
I don't know.
Good. Look. Chicago had musicians come and go, so yes, their music changed, but does this mean you stop listening or they suck? The Doobie Brothers were okay before Michael McDonald, but they were better with him. But it was still the same sound. I guess Scott's logic is that you stop listening to the Beatles because Sgt. Pepper was different than the previous music. It's not Scott. It's, what's his name? Pete. This is the fake Scott from Lutz. The Chronic from Lutz. Neil, how about Steppenwolf? Toronto group started as a Sparrow, moved to L.A.
Pink Floyd's in.
Of course they're in. I knew that. It's written on the wall. Like, remember Daniel and Lion's Den? It was written on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He looked up there and it said, "Oi, stay away from the lion." Sam Cooke. Songs include Cupid, Chain Gang, Wonderful World, Bring It On Home to Me, You Send Me, Only 16. Sam Cooke is not in there? It must be a racial thing. Twisting the Night Away and Saturday Night. If he's not in the Hall of Fame, he should be. I agree with that. Sam Cooke, see if he's in there.
He's in.
Of course he's in. I mean, that goes without saying. That's like asking, is Annette Funicello in, you know?
In what?
A cell. Now, didn't she die? She had MS or something, some horrible disease, and I think she died.
I don't know if she's dead yet, but
994 on the poll. We're almost to 1,000. We can change the poll when we get to 1,000. Oh, God. I think we ought to get, starting with November after Election Day till the end of the year, we ought to get all that off.
I agree.
Do you agree?
Sounds great.
Oh, anyway, the guy about the car, and nobody's helping this guy very much. He came back, Brian, said, "Hear you on the Mustang." My brother says the same thing. Mustang's a girly car. It's a chick car. Not for a real guy. Other options are Honda S2000, nice but feels like a potential death trap, Mazda RX-8, Honda Civic SI, Great performance, good gas mileage. Thanks for the advice. I know that I'm thankful you're with us the next 5 years. Take care and enjoy your time off. Thanks, Brian. What would you suggest? Well, like I said, let's do the break first. Think about it. Put your sticking cap on.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. It's the Mad Dog, Jim Mandich. Afternoons, 4 to 7. Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
Neil Rogers. Have you ever turned on the radio and said, that song makes me sick? Well, now, KO Pectate Records presents songs that make you want to throw up.
Doctor, gonna upchuck on you. I got a bad case of spewing goo. Stay away, I'm a throw up on you. I got
Yes, on songs that make you want to throw up, you get Sting.
If I ever lose my lunch on you.
A complete barfarama. And who could forget the classic?
Puke, 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 puke and hurl. Puke, puke, puke and hurl. Puke, puke, puke and hurl. Puke, puke. You know you make me wanna buy, lose my groceries, roll my chow now, toss my cookies, chuck my noodles, eat on you, man.
Get puking to the puking. Songs that make you want to throw up.
Make me buy, baby.
All right.
Oh.
You know our love was meant to be the kind of love that lasts forever. And I want you here with me.
You know, this is like arguing whether fish food is good ice cream. You know, it's just an incredible waste of time.
Yeah. So don't.
Why not?
Oh, I forgot
Well, what do
we're here
you
to
want me
waste
to do?
some
Play
time.
Chris Matthews?
There you go.
I'm Chris Matthews from MSNBC. Let's play hardball.
Oh, anybody who doesn't think that those are funny has got no sense of humor at all. Ought to just take a gun and put it to his head. Like Terry Cass, stick the gun in your mouth and pull the trigger several times until you can't pull it anymore. David says, happy holidays to you and George. Chicago is great. You did a disservice, however, when you skipped over I'm a Man. Oh, this is Dave the Cop. That was one of the first hits when they were officially Chicago Transit Authority, CTA. This is the song the Spencer Davis Group made famous, Stevie Winwood. I think the Moody Blues should be much higher in your poll. They got my vote. Few singers sound better than Justin Hayward. I'm just as surprised the association is that far down. Speak about underrated. The lyrics to Along Comes Mary are some of the best rock lyrics ever, says Dave the Cop. How those Cardinals doing, Dave? Haven't lost a game yet. Let's see how the poll's coming. I think it's almost time to change it. Oh, Scott says, you got to be kidding me. If Chicago lifted from the Bee Gees, then the Bee Gees lifted from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Good point, Scott. Yeah. Cute. Excellent. One of the great faxes, emails of all time. Ripped off the Bee Gees. Oh, my God. Are you people kidding me? And I like the Bee Gees plenty. I got all their stuff here. Let's play the Bee Gees. As Merv Griffin said, the fabulous Bee Gees. Boy, he was... You talk about a guy with muzzle. Merv Griffin.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a guy... I grant you, he created Jeopardy and the Wheel of Fortune. And I would say, half of that is fine. 1,000 votes even on the poll. Nice going there, Neil. And look at that. I switched it. Now, here's another one where we probably ought to put me on this other one. Who is the most pathetic has-been? See, whoever sent this to me, maybe it was Sean. He didn't want to put me on there because I don't care. Don't you think this would be a good way to take some cheap shots at me? Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Got Steve Kane on there. Get me on there. Put me on there
He's
right
a
away.
has-been?
Who's the most pathetic has-been, right?
When was he?
Who?
Steve Kane.
Well, you know something? That's amazing. I was thinking about that just yesterday. Don't ask me why. Too much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. He never, ever had any numbers in this market.
Right.
On W Snooze, there was one book where the whole station went through the roof when Jerry Williams was there. And I think he had a decent number in that book. But all the rest of the time, he never had any numbers. Certainly on the light bulb, he never had any. But on this station he's on now, it doesn't even make a blip on a Richter scale. It's like loaded with...
fairy.
Oh! Those. Don't get Brian Craig involved in this now. The most pathetic has been, we got David Hasselhoff, Philip Michael Thomas, Chuck Norris, Christy Brinkley, Gary Coleman, Jan Michael Vincent, Eric Estrada. Oh, I'm voting for him.
I'll bet.
He's even doing... What do you mean by that?
He's your favorite.
I hate him.
You love him.
Oh, somebody I used to love is on here. Corey Haim. He's right above Corey Feldman. What was that movie where he was like naked most of the movie, Corey Haim, and screwing that guy's wife? That was good.
I don't know.
Can I finish reading the list now before you...
You must.
I'm not even going to find it. Michael Jackson, Eric Estrada, Neil Rogers, Rick James, Brigitte Nielsen, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, MC Hammer, Stephen Baldwin, Vanilla Ice, Jose Canseco, Mark Clayton, Peter Frampton, Pete Rose, Britney Spears, Steve Kane, Kathleen Turner, Chevy Chase, Jan Michael Vincent, Gary Coleman, Christy Brinkley, Chuck Norris, Philip Michael Thomas, and David Hasselhoff. Oh, David Hasselhoff to me is like I never was. I know he's big in Germany.
Oh, yeah.
They hear that name, Hasselhoff, and right away they start goose-stepping and Sieg Heiling, and they go nuts. Okay, now what's your opinion on this poor guy who wants... I'm one of those people that's very reluctant to give people advice on how to spend their money, especially when it comes to a big purchase like a car. You know, next to your house, it's the biggest investment you make, I'm assuming.
Right.
Now, do you want to give this guy advice?
I don't have any to give him.
Well, you're supposed to know a little something about cars.
That was 100 years ago. All I know now is that they're expensive and I can't afford any.
Boy, you are... I think that Yug, or whoever that guy was, Grubber Tuchus guy. Grubber Tuchus. Oh, I'm not being negative. And then he goes on ripping and tearing and shredding and ripping and shredding and tearing. Oh, and by the way, I thought that goofball was in the Philippines already. He's still there. You know, not Schmendrick Nolte, that one?
Yeah.
Just keep changing the email addresses. You're really very original, you know? You keep blocking and they come up with a new one. And they're not going anywhere. They're all full of crap. They're, like you said, none of them are who they say they are. None of them.
Right.
Liz says, been listening to your show, couldn't agree with you more. Chicago should be in the Hall of Fame. Will never be inducted because of Jan Wenner, who controls the hall, who has a personal vendetta from years ago over some Rolling Stone magazine incident. Jan Wenner, Jann. I don't know how you say that.
Me either.
This is just, how?
I don't know.
This is just one reason of many why the hall's such a joke. I mean, Donna Summers is in, Tina Turner isn't, Nona Moody Blues, Neil Diamond, I particularly don't like him, but Linda Ronstadt or the Spinners, even the Spinners aren't in there. They should have been on the poll, but too late, we changed it.
Oh, well.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is nothing but a sham, says Liz. Absolutely correct, Liz.
Absolutely correct.
Liz. Here's one. It says, Neil, you knew it, and now we are seeing it. Wade Belak sucks. He's a stiff, can't play, and when you get put on waivers from the Panthers, you really stink. That's right, he sucks. He's a make-believe. They tried to market him here and pretend he was like a real player and a real tough guy. He blows. Also, by the way, how's, what's his name doing? Chad Kilger. That was another great acquisition. Never played a minute. Art says, thank you for sticking with your email format. I love it. I only get to listen to you when I'm in my car on the way to work. You're the only AM station program on my radio. Neil God for President in the 20th something. Enjoy your Turkey Day, and thanks for being who you are, says Art. You too, Art. Have a good bird. Oh, this today is like, it's like work. I thought I'd come in the day before Thanksgiving and kind of like mail it in, you know. And then I got people arguing like, you got to convince them Chicago is a great group and belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What a bunch of crap. You know what that's like? If somebody's got a vendetta against them and that's why they're not in there? Personal vendettas. Like Trevor Denman, who's probably the best race caller alive today. He calls Santa Anita and Del Mar in California. He doesn't do Hollywood Park because the owner of the track has got a personal vendetta with him. And so they stick that unctuous Vic Stouffer on there, who makes some decent frozen dinners, but other than that is a real a-hole and really weak. Tries to get melodramatic with a call. Oh, he is so bad, Vic Stouffer. He's Bush League. Send him back to Hialeah. At least there's no racing going on there. He blows. It's the same thing. No matter how much talent you've got, it's all, you know and who you stow. Oh, here's one. Someone says, I love the Mickey bits. How do you like that? Well, there's proof. See, I hate to break the news to that schmuck, but I'm going to play whatever I want to play in spite of all of his hysteria and all his prodding and putting. Oh, I can hear the radio is turning off. I can't. And you know something? I don't even like those Mickey bits. I'm tired of them already. But I know that a lot of people do like them, and that's the reason I play them. I don't play just what I like. Just like with music.
You like it?
There's nothing worse than a music PD who programs a radio station based on what his personal musical tastes are and doesn't give a crap what the audience wants to hear. And boy, there's way too much of that.
You
Ask
talking about
PD. What?
I said you talking about programmers who program to themselves?
That's exactly right. Like here. Like Clarence.
The best talent.
Clarence, what's your score? What's your score, Clarence?
560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Neil Rogers God.
Introducing the angriest, loudest, most pissed off radio station on the planet. 1099 Pissed FM. 1099 Pissed FM. Every hour, every day, we're pissed and we moan. 24/7. Pissed FM. When you hear this, and this, you're pissed. WPST 1099 Pissed FM.
12:31. I thought Stan was on it for just a second. Maybe Stan turned into Jolly Joe. Maybe he morphed into him.
That could be.
And now he's getting even because I'm an overpaid talent. Karen says they just ran an emergency broadcasting system beeping while you were talking. Why do they do that? It's very aggravating, and have a very Merry Thanksgiving. Well, have a happy Christmas, Karen. They do it because they can. Because now, is she talking about on the stream or on the air, or what is that?
Probably on the air.
Yeah.
On the air?
It's automated. It's,
yeah.
You know.
It fires off whenever the hell they feel like it, usually during the show to try to chase whatever little audience we got left away. Thanks a lot, Jolly Joe and Engineering. Thank you so much. Here's the poll. Oh, here's the final total on the poll. What do we have, 1,000 votes?
1,001 last I saw.
1,001. All right. 1,001. Chicago wins for fun.
1,002.
I bet you that gets Pete all upset, the fact that Chicago kicked big, smelly ass on here, huh? See, it's the holiday tomorrow, and so the concept of the South Florida audience is aggravate the host. We don't want to be friendly. We don't want to be nice. We don't want to be like anything. We want to aggravate, agitate. That's what he's getting paid for, to sit there and be the target of our crap. Go ahead. I still get paid regardless. Lots. Who should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Chicago 110, Rush 67, Metallica 50, the Moody Blues 50, Jethro Tull 48, Kiss 42, Alice Cooper 37, Yes 36, Deep Purple 33, Ed Solomon 32. The Doobie Brothers had
About 30, man.
Genesis 29, the Guess Who 25. That's another one. I mean, the Guess Who is not in there. That's it's
Criminal.
almost comical. It's so bad. What?
Criminal.
Criminal is the word. People have been on death row for lesser offenses than that. Like Clarence, for example. Maybe I'm going to hire a hitman, you know what?
Okay.
Stevie Winwood, 25. I'm serious. He's destroying the radio station. And Jolly Joe's response is, oh, I don't believe in micromanaging. Ho, 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 ho. Jolly Joe he's got the balls of a butterfly. The balls of a gnat. Just sits back on his fat ass, listening to the show, by the way. How you doing, Jolly Joe? Happy Thanksgiving, not. I'm still looking for your birthday gift, by the way. Do you know that they never even sent me like a card or a balloon or anything?
Yeah, and?
They never do. Since he came in. Used to be when Greg was there, they were a little more people-friendly, you know? Now they're people-unfriendly. Ted Nugent, 24. Rick Shaw, 24. Steve Miller, 24. Joe Altacocker, 23. Journey, 22. ELO, 21. The Monkees, 19. Foreigner, 16. 16 for Grand Funk Railroad and Boston and Three Dog Night and the Carpenters. Hart, 15. Supertramp, 13. Jay Black, 13. Neil Sedaka, 11. The Osmonds, 9. ELP, 9. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, 9. Billy Idol, 9. Bill Withers, 7. Brian Epstein, 7. The Hollies, 7. Fifth Dimension, 6. Boz Scaggs, 6. Pat Boone, 5. He's still whistling on that Love Letters in the Sand. He's whistling it.
Yeah.
April Love. Oh, he was. Talk about moosh. REO Speedwagon, 5. Peter Frampton, 4. Todd Rundgren, 4. Same guy. Kansas, 4. Association, 3. And Gary Puck and Union Gap only 1, and deservedly so. Association only 3 votes. That is. That's why vanilla ice cream sells so big. But, you know, you got your taste and I got mine. Just like that song by The Fortunes. You got your troubles and I got mine. What now? Wasn't that a Coke? That was a bed for Coke spots. Remember that back in the 1800s?
Yeah.
Have you got that? You've got your troubles by the Fortunes? That's a good song. Boy, is he on top of it today or what? Is he sharp? Sharp as a matzo ball.
65, by the way.
All right. When did I say?
I don't know.
I didn't. If you don't say it, then you can't make a mistake. You see?
I see that worried look upon your face. You've got your troubles, I've got mine.
Oh, you should know it. You got your tourists and we got ours, believe me.
She's found somebody else to take your place.
There was a whole Coke campaign with that
You've got
song.
your troubles,
Remember?
I've got
No.
mine.
You don't?
No, I don't remember from when I was 1 year old in Cuba.
Not in 1965. It was like later on.
Oh,
Maybe we were
I don't
like
know.
4 years
68.
old. Was it?
I don't.
What do you know, punk? I bet you Chicken Neck knows it. In fact, maybe he's even got it. Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me either. He's got
Alan in Boca says, Happy Thanksgiving. As a new U.S. citizen since March, I can assure you that November in Boca is way better than November in Liverpool back in the old country. You know, there's only two things more beautiful than a good gun, a Swiss watch or a woman from anywhere, says Alan. And he left out Brady Quinn.
He was injured.
He is?
Out for the year.
Brady Quinn?
Uh-huh.
All right. That'll give him plenty of free time. He can go do some more of them fag pictures. What is with all those shots? What is that all about? Is he trying to send a message? Or
Yay.
has he just got a wild sense of humor? Maybe he's got a hair up his ass. What?
Maybe he's trying to send a message.
Yeah, send a message like Joey Zaza. Going to send me a message? I got to admit, even though I don't like, and you think I don't like him because of the Cuban factor and Morris Greasy ass, but what's his name? Tony
Sperano?
Vincent. No, not Tony Buono. Andy Garcia. I got to admit, he was good for that role. I mean, there were so many people not fit for the roles in that Godfather 3, but he was good for Vincent.
Yeah.
You don't think?
He was great.
Joey Zaza going to send me a message?
Right. And he was good in Untouchables and every other movie he's ever been in.
Scarface?
He wasn't in that.
He wasn't?
No.
Get out of here. Andy, what's his name was in there? Rocky Echevarria.
Right. Stephen Echevarria Bauer.
Stephen Bauer.
Right.
And Al Pacino in one of the worst performances of his life.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Jeff says, since you're not getting enough emails, let's be corny and send in things that we're thankful for in honor of the holiday. Oh, Jeff, are you Schmidt and me? He says, I'm thankful we won't have to look at or hear from George W. Bush after January 20. I'm thankful we don't have to hear those awful idiotic phone calls too often on your show anymore, and so on. Thanks, Jeff, and me too. You'd think the day before Thanksgiving we'd get flooded with calls here. I don't see any. Do you? We'd take some if we had any.
Sure.
Just like the emails, I had to beg and plead to get that ball rolling today, and it's because it's the day before Thanksgiving. It's not a holiday. What holiday is it? Oh, it's the day before Thanksgiving. That's the new American holiday, yeah. It's not Thanksgiving here.
Fewer people on the roads today.
What?
There was fewer people on the roads today.
Yeah, there's nobody around, man. We're talking to, like usual, we're talking into a vacuum. Hello? Like that, you know. And then they say, oh, well, travel is down nationwide 1.4%. So what the hell is that? Is anybody going to notice that? 1.4%. Like somebody would notice that it's lighter travel at the airports and on the roads. I mean, you people that do those studies, man, you ought to be in prison. You ought to be in there with Clarence. Let's Baker Act a whole bunch of them. Is he there today even, Clarence?
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Opened the door and said hi earlier.
Get out of here. He said hi to you guys on this show?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Does he know this show is on now or what?
Not sure. Maybe
You
it
ought
was a mistake.
to take a belt to him. A belt. A big leather strap. Put him over Fat Chris's knee and just strap his ass.
I'd like a belt.
WQAM, hello. Hello, first call of the day.
Hello?
Yes. WQAM, hello.
Neil, God.
Yes.
How are you? Happy belated birthday, first up.
Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
Happy Shavuos.
Shavuos, oh, man.
Happy Sukkot.
Happy Tuchus, right? Happy Schwartz Day,
yeah.
right? Happy Schwartz Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, there's something funny here. I went over to Sam's Club yesterday, and they were, I guess they're really desperate as usual with Panther-wise, and here we go. They're selling 2 Panther tickets for $26, and they're $63 seats. It comes with a $10 food voucher and a free parking pass.
Oh, yeah. And a $100 bill.
And a $100 bill, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Anyhow, Toronto had wasn't doing too well over there, huh? What's going on with them?
With what? The make believe?
I saw the Stars game. I saw the Stars game when they came back.
They suck.
Yeah.
It's nothing complicated. What's wrong with them? They suck. They stink. They blow.
I don't know what it is.
LOT, lack of talent. Lack of talent. Too many stiffs. Too many stiffs in uniform, sir. Oh, my God. They're trying to pass off. When Nicholas Hagman is being passed off as one of the stars on your team, you know your team sucks. And Vesa Toskala, he couldn't stop a beach ball from 100 yards away.
Who?
Even if George rolled it at him.
Huh?
Echmer, a goaltender, Vesa Toskala. Send it back to Finland or wherever the hell he comes from. My God. What a disgrace. What a disaster.
No, but really, how do you feel?
He sucks. But we got the new GM, Brian Burke's going to come in Saturday night. They're going to announce the new GM. I wonder if Brian's going to be playing anytime soon. He's big and fat. Stick him in the net. Stick him in the net.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Grab my junior, honey.
Dead, dead, dead. Someday you'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Someday we'll all be dead. The minute we're born, we start dying. We die a little more every day. Young or old, rich or poor, there's nothing we can do to stop it. So look long at that Christmas tree. It may be the last one that you see. Decorate your house in green and red, 'cause someday you'll be dead.
I'm dying over here.
Dead, dead, dead. Someday you'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Someday we'll all be dead. It might happen in a couple months or 50 years from now. But no matter when it happens, it will seem too soon to you. So be sure on Christmas Eve when you snuggle into bed that you thank God for your family, 'cause someday they'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Someday they'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Someday we'll all be dead. Who knows how many Christmases are left in their short life? Nobody knows, that's my point. Enjoy them while you can. And so on Christmas morning, let good tidings fill your head. What a festive season. Someday you'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Oh! Someday we'll be dead. Dead, dead, dead. Everyone you know dead. A very Merry Christmas to you.
You fairy.
Dead, dead.
Christmas, everybody.
Most stepped on little kids. That's bad. 1247 at 560 WQAM. How's that new poll coming?
68.
Who is the most pathetic has-been?
69.
Michael Jackson, 14. Chuck Norris, 9. Jose Canseco, 7. Britney Spears, 5. Gary Coleman, 5. Stephen Baldwin, 4. David Hasselhoff, 4. Yours truly, 3. I told you. Chevy Chase, 3. Brigitte Nielsen, 2. Vanilla Ice, 2. Steve Kane, 2. Eric Estrada, 2. Jan Michael Vincent, 2. You're right. Mr. Ego isn't a has-been. He's a never was. Eric Estrada, 2. Jan Michael Vincent, 2. Corey Haim, 1. He's got one. Boy, he looks bad now. Have you seen the two Corys? That thing was on for about 5 minutes. Oh, you're so lucky. And Corey Feldman, who never looked any good, he looks even worse. Corey Haim, 1. Corey Feldman, 1. MC Hammer, 1. Hey, Hammer. Kathleen Turner, 1. Christy Brinkley, 1. None for Rick James, Mark Clayton. Why is Mark Clayton on there?
No idea.
Well, I mean, it's just incongruous. What does he have to do with these other people? He's an ex-football player. What is he doing on the list? Peter Frampton, none. Pete Rose, none. And Philip Michael Thomas, none. Out of the first 69 votes. Sorry, Joyce. The first 72 votes. Thank God it changed. Now, here's talking about inane. Oh. Mike says, hello again, whatever that means. I remember when you mentioned a few years ago you were planning to put a full-page ad in the New York Times. Whatever happened to that? I don't even know what he's talking about. Do you?
What about that so far? No, now I know what he's talking about.
No, what?
You were entertaining a crazy notion about putting an ad in the New York Times for some reason.
No, it was in USA Today.
USA Today? Don't ask me why.
Yeah.
That's it. I remember.
We were going to promote the
web page or something?
Yeah, that's right. We'll promote our website. It says, I'm sure the fans can raise enough money to make that happen. Oh, Mike, what a sense of humor you got. Yeah, now's a good time to be coming to the audience with our handout for, with a tin cup. Everybody's broke. Everybody's out of work. We got a depression, Mike, in case you haven't. Wake up and sniff the daffodils. A few years ago, you were talking about this. You want to do that now? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Rudy says, as you know, or not, yes, I know, the Buffalo Bills will play in Toronto on December 7th against the Dolphins as part of an effort to expand their market to Canada. No chance. As Bob McCowan says, there will never be an NFL team in Canada, and he's absolutely correct. The other day, I heard Jim Anderson in the show say that he wants to invite you for lunch or dinner when he's in Toronto to broadcast the game. Well, it's news to me. Other than Hank, who had dinner with me at Woodbine that night, he was there for the race stuff on ABC. Other than the Humper, I have heard from nobody. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Not a phone call, not a postcard, not a telegram, not an envelope, not screw you, nothing. Zippity, and somebody made that point in one of the emails yesterday. Back in the Greg Reed days, there was some crossover. There was some connection. Now we are totally in a vacuum. Totally. Between Jerk Street and Drew Rosenstein House Kranzberg and whatever else we got on,
Rock solid.
That. Oh, God. Blah. Blah.
Blue.
Well, no, Paco just sent me he asked me what the word means, blah. I guess in Mexican they don't say blah. And I said sick. Is that a good translation? Sick?
Sure.
Zisco, who's really, this bothers me. None of these emails bother me. I mean, I put on a good act and pretend that they do, then that way they keep coming. This one bothers me, because this is somebody who was supposedly a MySpace friend, who supposedly has got an IQ larger than his digit. Starts out okay. It says Obama formed the Economic Recovery Advisory Board, or ERAB, one letter away from being called Arab. I'm sure the right's going to have a lot of fun with that one. I doubt it, Zisco. You're probably the only one who's thought of it, but you got a lot of time on your hands. Now here, this paragraph here is I'll just read it to you. Neil, when you start to get surly, I can't help but blame that friend of yours you live with. First of all, I don't live with anybody. I live alone. If you want to have a yappy Mexican around, I suggest you get a Chihuahua. It'll eat less, joist less, and then cost less. That means more Woodbine money and you'll live longer. I'm sure George is with me on that one, he says. Sucking up to you.
Yeah, whatever.
Telling me how to live my life. Has no idea. He has none. Zero. That friend of yours you live with. I don't live with anybody. He lives way upstairs, like in a much nicer apartment than I do. Thanks to me. And I'm sure that and I don't talk about him that much because I'm sure that already, without saying much, all these desperate, lifeless people out there, including maybe Zisco, are imagining all sorts of things. They're working up a frenzy and, they're doing this, we ain't doing nothing. But if you want to hyperventilate about that and just conjure up all sorts of things in your mind to stimulate you, go right ahead. Use it as a masturbatory tool. Frank in St. Pete says, maybe it's my inner junior high kid. Oh, there's a fax coming. Did you send it?
Yes.
Wow. Oh, don't tell me it's another copy of the log. Every time the fax machine goes off lately, it's another copy of the log over and over.
The schedule is what you're talking about.
The schedule, yeah. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It is?
Well, it's next week's. This time.
I already got
the very first copy.
I already got next week's. No, this is Claude Lemieux. Oh, are you kidding me? Boy, you talk about unctuous people. Claude Lemieux has signed a trial contract with the San Jose Sharks in hopes to return to the NHL after a 5-year absence. Lemieux, 43, was expected to report to the Sharks' AHL affiliate in Worcester, Mass. this week. He won 4 Stanley Cup titles while earning a reputation as one of hockey's top agitators and a-holes. Thanks, Santana from Allapattah, the fake Stan Major, it says. Sirius stock closed at 15. How could it close at 15? Oh, that's right. They probably closed earlier today because of the holiday, do you think?
Don't know.
Put my vote down on your poll for Eric Estrada, it says. Good choice. Eric Estrada. Chips. Regular chip off the old block. Hey, Eric.
You fairy.
Another one. Now, is he Mexican or what, Eric Estrada?
Something.
See, I don't know about you, but do you like strangers telling you how to live your life?
No.
It's one thing bad enough when they start telling you how to do the show, but at least maybe they listen to the show so they can have an opinion on that. But when they're talking about people that they don't know, that they have no idea what the relationship is, or anything at all, who the person is, and then they start giving me advice on what to do this, do that, I just can't deal with it. A real yenta, Zisco.
Isn't that what we're here for?
Yeah, to get advice on how to live our lives, how to do the show, how to take a dump, which hand to wipe with. Sure, these people are all experts. Ask them, they'll tell you, like on music. Frank says, maybe it's my inner junior high kid, but I was rolling listening to the songs that make you throw up. Have a nice Thanksgiving. I'm going to try not to eat seconds tomorrow so I don't puke. Frank, your friend in St. Pete. Oh, who the hell doesn't want to eat seconds and turds tomorrow?
Puerto Rican descent.
Who, Eric Estrada?
Yeah, born in
there you
Manhattan.
go. I'm sure George will say that explains a lot.
Born in East Harlem, Manhattan.
Oh, that explains even more. I got to take a hot shower.
When he was a young boy, he had a dream of being one of the most popular Latino actors.
I don't care. He gives me the creeps.
He was the Mexican
He did an
Frito
infomercial
Bandito.
for some quackery diet pill. Even Steve Garvey, he also did one, didn't he? But the one that Eric Estrada did, it was something from Miami. And it was such a bogus... Oh, you take this pill and right away you lose 25 pounds before you sit down on your ass. And blah, 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 blah. Oh, my God. A regular chip off the old block. Or something that sounds like chip.
Biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Don't you just hate people that use snappy openers for their show segments? Like that 1 to 2 hour.
Barry Manilow. He's had a ton of hits, but none as painful as the one he took when he walked into a wall and broke his nose. Ow! And now, Barry's singing about it in his brand new CD, Can't Smell Without You, with fractured versions of Barry's hits like Copacabana.
I broke my banana, and now it's the size of Havana.
As well as a remastered and really nasally version of Mandy, recorded at the moment of impact.
Oh, damn it, my nose hit the wall, now we're taking.
But that's not all. Barry Manilow's Can't Smell Without You is swollen with hits you knows and love, like I Break the Schnoz, I Made It Through the Pain, Looks Like I Broke It, and a title track with Barry's trademark hook.
You know I can't smell without you. I can't breathe without you. I can't sniff and I can't pick. It looks like my face was hit with a brick.
Barry Manilow's Can't Smell Without You. Walk into a Walmart.
Ow!
And pick up a copy today.
Oh, don't worry, Barry, you smell. 102 at 560 WQM. We got the big coming up at 2 o'clock. And then tomorrow it's our big Thanksgiving lineup. Wow. Linder and Levine, 7 to 10. Beast and Jesse Agler, allegedly 10 to 2. Spectre and Cope, 2 to 4. And Fowler, Herb Street replay, 4 to 5. What is that? Fowler, Herb Street replay. What in God's name is that?
Well, I guess it wasn't enough to have it the first time, so.
You know what? Kirk Herbstreit has replaced Ira Windbag. He's on this station like 24/7. Pretty soon they're going to start, instead of the EBS test, they'll start sticking recordings with his voice on in the middle of the show. You'll see. It's the Jerk Street radio. Well, we got rid of one Jerks, sent him across the street. Why can't we send Jerk Street across the street? Oh, you're so... And wait till you hear this from Madeline. Have you ever wondered why your callers are so angry? It's because you're angry. As angry as we are, we can't compare to you. Don't blame us. We've learned from the best. Have I ever said that the callers are angry?
No, I don't think that's what you said.
No, just that one
lifeless,
little coot.
lame. You know.
Horrible. Awful. Not angry. Just idiots. Have a happy Turkey Day, Neil. And a poll idea. What's your favorite fast food item? Been there, done that, Madeline. Oh, God. The stench of death hovers over this whole proceeding here today. I can smell it. It's either Barry Manilow or these people. God. Maybe that old coot will call in to wish us happy Thanksgiving. You know the one I mean? Rogers. And speaking of angry, I didn't invent anger in South Florida. The day that I sat down, the first day on KAT, I talked to angry, old people. Rogers, you'll never make it 6 months in this market. You stink. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you. And that's what I had at KAT. And somehow here we are almost 32 years later, and I'm still here. And they're pushing up daffodils and pansies. WQAM, hello. QAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving or happy belated Canadian Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question. I heard you before talking about the Maple Leafs. I know 2 hockey calls in one day is bad news.
Yeah.
How is it tolerated in Toronto, which is like the capital, the world capital of hockey, that a team is so mediocre year after year? I mean,
because they're sick. They're obsessed with this crap, and they can put any crap out there on the ice they want, and they know it, and the people continue forking out ridiculous amounts for the tickets to see garbage.
Yeah, I mean, I'm picturing like the Yankees or the Cowboys, you know, being mediocre year after year.
Not just mediocre, tragic.
Yeah, it's like a real mystery to me because I'm sorry, Neil. I know you're a big fan and used to see you in the arena here in your Maple Leafs jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But have a good Thanksgiving. I don't have much more to add. I was just curious about that.
Okay, good luck to us.
Take care, man.
Yeah, I mean, when you got Curtis Joseph, the 89-year-old goalie, as your backup goaltender to a guy who couldn't stop a bowling ball from 600 yards away, rolled by a 2-year-old child, you got some real problems, obviously. And the public says, oh, Cujo, bring him back. Let's have another ceremony and retire his jersey, too. A franchise living in the past. Let's raise Wendell Clark's number 17 to the rafters. Let's raise this to the rafters. How about we have some current players who are good? That someday you could raise their number to the rafters instead of guys like 100 years ago. A franchise in the past, kind of like the Dolphins, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Fish. Only they won their last Super Bowl, what, 73?
Yep.
The Leafs last won the Cup in 67. So there's a lot of similarity there. Franchises living in the past. Oh, just give us your money and subsidize this crap. QAM, hello.
I'd like to chime into the program.
WQAM, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes.
First of all, I don't appreciate the way I'm treated when I call your radio show.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Are your teeth in a glass or what?
Okay, enough with the old stuff. Last time I called, you told me to take a dirt nap.
Yeah.
Okay? Uncalled for. Uncalled for.
No, in your case, it's very called for.
To show me
You should only croak, you miserable old fart.
Show
you
me
old
some
turd.
respect.
Why are you listening? What are you screaming about? What are you listening for? Who's forcing you to listen?
I listen off and on to all the shows in the market. I give fair treatment to everybody.
Yeah, you get fair. You spread it around. Well, you don't like this show and you don't like me, so what are you listening to this show for, you old jackass?
Oh, I listen.
Yeah, you listen, and I keep asking you the question, why? Why do you listen? Are you a masochist?
You have the sense of...
Get out of here, you old fart. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. See, I told you he couldn't do it. Yeah, I'm the angry one, right? It's me. It's my anger that rubbed off on everybody. Made all the old farts in South Florida so angry and full of hate and disgusting and, oh, God. You could almost smell his bag spilling over, you know?
Yep.
Yug is back again. See, basically because it's a holiday tomorrow, and I guess a very thin crowd we got today, so we've got about the same 10 people emailing 100 times today, including Yug. What kind of poll is this? No Larry King, Don Imus, Phil Henry, Howard Stern, Bill Clinton? I guess we ought to let the audience build the poll. What kind of poll is this? It's the poll that whoever sent it in. That's what it is. Sean from Hollywood or whomever. That's what it is. Take it or leave it. Like it or lump it. Maybe we can get Yug to move in with that old turd that just called.
Oh, there you go.
I told you he'd call.
Matchmakers.
I told you he would call, didn't I?
Yep.
Because he's listening every minute. I listen to all the shows in the market. Yeah. And Winn-Dixie, no doubt. Maybe Sedano's. Isn't it interesting how they're trying to stir up a bunch of crap right before they have their big capitulation the first of the year, before they throw in the towel?
Well, what would you do?
Adam in Toronto, in wherever he is, he wishes he was in Toronto, in Kitchener-Waterloo, who has no life. Hank should be the in-house announcer for the game because the guy they have now is terrible. The in-house announcer. I don't even know what that means. Again, if you want to come to the game, Neil, my dad and I have an extra ticket. You can always just sit on my lap. No, thanks, Adam. Get a life, please. Oh.
I have no life.
God. I just want to jump in the stove. You know, like that story about the dog that burned the stove we had yesterday?
Yeah.
I want to jump in the stove and turn it on slow cook. You know, maybe just turn it on high, you know, like 650, however high a stove goes, 500 degrees. Just go in there and fry real fast.
Real slow.
This one says, thanks for making my day fly by. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your crew there. How about adding OJ to the poll? You want to put OJ on there?
Sure.
Biggest loser?
Sure.
Biggest has-been? I'm sure he's having a good time on the inside. Hopefully they'll never let him out. Oh, this guy, this Armando Menendez, you are annoying. Annoying. And he sent another one after this. Oh, I'm starting to take it personal. You're really pissing me off. These people think that if they send you the same crap 1,000 times that you're going to pay any more attention to it than if you didn't pay attention the first time or two.
You don't?
No. So finally, oh, and I hope he means finally, but I'm sure he doesn't. Finally, have you or your crew seen No End in Sight, the documentary I told you about? No. I haven't heard you mention it. I haven't mentioned it because I have no idea what it's all about or where to see it or anything else. Neither does George, neither does Chris. You guys know where to see it?
What?
Nope. Right. It's a must-see, Neil. Listen, hope you and yours, Pancho, Pablo, or whatever his name is, you know, the Mex, have a great holiday. The real Armando. Pancho, Pablo.
The Mex.
The Mex. Here's one from Michael, who's an idiot. Also sent another one after this with some caustic comments. Moron. Michael Bird Dog Scroggins over in Fort Myers or somewhere. Neil, sorry about the Jewish comment yesterday about Thanksgiving. I know you guys don't believe in Christams. You can't even spell it. Christams. Best regards, Michael Bird Dog Scroggins, Marlin Realty Services. And then later on he sent one that said, oh, say something funny or entertaining already. We're dying over here in Fort Myers. Say something funny. Okay. There you go. Or how about that, you moron? Sorry about the Jewish comment. It isn't that it was offensive. It was just stupid. Do Jews celebrate Thanksgiving? The Pilgrims were Jewish, and so were the Indians, as a matter of fact. Anybody knows that, right?
Right.
Do the Jews celebrate that? That's like asking me, do the Goyim celebrate Purim? The reason the Jews don't celebrate Christmas is because it's a religious holiday. A religious observance for Goyim. That's why Jews don't celebrate Christmas. Thanksgiving, on the other hand, is like, neuter. Lucretia Bustillo says, you hear the sirens coming? That's for that loser in Fort Myers. Happy Turkey Day to you, George, and everyone associated with your show. I also wanted to say tomorrow's my 28th wedding anniversary. If you can, wish me a happy wedding anniversary. Well, I sure can if I can find that thing. Here it is. Got married on a Thursday, November 27, 1980. Your loyal Cuban listener, Lucretia. See, we got some Cuban listeners out there, in spite of what that goofball says.
Yeah.
Neil, why don't the Dolphins just move out of town? They suck. I've had enough. See, this is the attitude, the mentality. You don't like them, don't watch them, don't support them, don't go to the games. That's all. Nobody here saying, why don't the Leafs leave? Yeah, it's pathetic.
Wah, wah, wah.
You know, the fake Rick Riley that sent that email last week one day, he was right. I'm suffering a meltdown. There's no question about it. I have never in my life been exposed to so many misfits, lunatics, and I've been doing this for almost 32 years in this town.
Yeah.
And the calls, well, you know about the calls. Well, yeah. But these, Zisco is back again. He's back again. Sorry, buddy, didn't mean anything by it. Just go away already. Go eat some turkey. Get out of my life. Get out of my effing life. It's a radio show. Neil, I'd ask you to put Big Zero on the poll, but I guess he's a never was the Big O. See, they're knocking the Big O, too. At 2 p.m., we race to the radio to abort. Best you and George, and okay, Chris, too. Thanks for playing the language lesson for us. Wow, yesterday, Runaway Bride. Today, yada, yada, yada. Love the Mickey Bits, too. Redlands Jim. Great. Everybody send me an email and tell me what I should play and shouldn't play, besides with myself. Jim says... Oh, this is Jim from Gettsville, New York. Oh. I've been away from the internet for an hour or so, but hasn't Rick James checked out? Yeah, so what has that got to do with it? Don't they put a lot of people into those things posthumously? Yes?
Sure.
Yeah, he did.
You made a mistake. You made a mistake. You made a mistake. Rick James is dead.
Here's one with a joke from Bill. Here's Brandon Lefebvre is back, and I'm sure he's not related to Sylvain Lefebvre. I heard you and George talking about a terrible incident that occurred with his daughter. We're all wondering what happened.
They're not going to know.
Your hung friend, Brandon. Well, what is he talking about? We weren't talking about anything that happened with your daughter.
We mentioned it in passing. I mentioned it in passing also.
In passing. And I think what George said, none of your business.
That's right. Yep.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Were you fudge packing?
Chris Matthews from MSNBC. Let's play hardball. Today's the day. All the insults and name-calling stops. It's very sad. It's Election Day 2008. Got to get out there and vote. I don't care who you vote for. Obviously, that's not true if you watch my program. Of course I care who you vote for. Chickens know who I'm supporting. All morning long, we're going to talk to people who just voted to find out if we can see who's going to be the next president of the United States. Sir, can you tell me who you voted for? Go ahead.
I can't tell you.
I want to know. Go ahead. Go ahead and tell. Stop! Go ahead.
Let me talk.
I'm trying. It's a satellite.
No, we're standing right next to
Go
each
ahead. I'm waiting for it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you very much. You can tell the people are all pumped up for the election. Got a lady standing next to me wearing a Sarah Palin button. What the hell's wrong with you? Go ahead. Tell me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Why are you wearing a Sarah Palin button? Go ahead. You're weak. Get away from me. Push back. I'm eating nothing but sugar all day to make sure I don't lose my high. I'm pumping oatmeal raisin cookies like they were crack. I've already taken 2 packs of No-Dose and down 2 4-liter bottles of Joe Cola. I can't feel anything. Has no effect on me. Truth be told, I haven't slept since Halloween. I've been playing cards with Al Franken, Alec Baldwin, Bruce Springsteen, and John Cougar Mellencamp. I know John doesn't like to use all 3 names, but I can't remember what to call him, so I just lump them all together. We have a great time together. Alec Baldwin opens up the hotel window and screams the F-bomb at passing Republicans, and then he sat down and ate a whole rhinoceros. My friend Al Franken seems a little depressed and despondent. Doesn't think he's going to win his race for senator in Minnesota. Those are the same people who elected a wrestler governor. Bruce Springsteen let me try his pants with the flag on the ass. I couldn't get one cheek into him. Gotta wrap this up. After sitting here talking to you, I can understand why people hate the sound of my voice. It's disturbing. I'm Chris Matthews, MSNBC.
Rectum. Can't you hear the sound of the dial switching all over South Florida?
Oh, yeah.
I hear it. Oh, yeah, they're clicking. The buttons, they're punching them. Boy, what a festival of hostility today, you know? Oh, it must be you, Neil. Yeah, I'm the one that created that old fart. All you got to do is, he calls on demand because he's got nothing else going on. Just call in and make gravelly sounds and spew your venom. We got to put him on the air. I can think of some slots he'd be good
got
at.
it down.
Brandon Lefebvre is back. He says, if you Baker Act someone, they must be a danger to themselves or others. Well, Clarence is sure a danger to us. And it can only be done by a physician or a law enforcement officer, says Brandon. Well, at least somebody responded to that. That was hours ago I asked about that. And nobody responded to the guy's question about what kind of car to buy. Nobody. They're too busy writing hate to us, mostly to me today. By the way, I'm number 6 on the poll. I'm moving on up. The most pathetic has been. Let's see, 2, 4. I'm right under David Hasselhoff. I got 9 votes.
And right on top of Britney Spears.
Oh, no. Not this old queen. Boy, talk about doing a turnaround. OJ went on late. He's got 7. He's right behind me. 142 vote. Keep banging away, baby. Keep banging away. Keep lashing out with your hostility and your hate and your and your negativity. Oh, you're so negative, Neil. That's because I work in this town, this market. 32 years of bah. Mark in Kendall says, I couldn't agree with you more about the McDonald's eggs. They smell nasty and look like yellow and white hockey pucks. I wonder if Vesitosco could stop one of them. I wrote a sandwich without them as much success as you have getting Paco to pay for anything. Oh, he pays for everything just with my money. Have a good Thanksgiving. Tell Chris to lay off the stuffing. Lay off the stuffing, Tubby.
I hope he does.
Can you get with Zach and get Chris on the same diet system? Make it a competition. That's the only way. The only way those fat sports fags will get off their ass, and I bet on it too. Set the over and under for 50 pounds. I put money on the under. This is Mark and Kendall.
I hope he dies.
You what?
What?
What did you say?
I said I hope he dies. What?
Who?
Mark and Kendall.
Zach?
No, Zach's my boy. He's good.
Gotta move up and not down. When he did that gravelly Tony Siracusa sounding thing,
that's okay. He's sick this week, so you know.
He's what?
He's been sick this week. Maybe that's the payback for it.
God is punishing his fat Zach. He's paying him back, and he'll have a big pain in his crack. Make no mistake about that. Michael Jackson's winning this poll hands down my pants, 29. And I'm still stuck there at 9. Come on, get the venom going, man. The ventum, as they say. Get that ventum going, the good hate. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Here's one from Armando. Oh, just kidding with you on the last email. You can see the Iraq documentary. We don't care. I don't care. I don't know about it. I don't want to hear about it. Didn't he say that was going to be his last attempt?
That's what I thought he said.
Just like Dan from Maryland, who keeps threatening to go away and move to the Philippines, but never does, and keeps coming up with more and more fake email addresses, Nolte at this and note at note, and just crap. This thing has opened up. If you wonder why there's so many shrinks in the Yellow Pages, just take a look at these emails we've gotten the last couple months since we've been doing this. In the beginning, it started out, it was great. And then, those people said whatever the hell I had to say, and that was the end of it, And now these people, there's never any end to it. Over and over and over again. Here's Andy in Weston says, if Chuck Norris can be on the poll, how about including Steven Seagal? And also, didn't Rick James die back in 2004? Isn't it hard for dead people to make a comeback? We're not saying he's going to make a comeback. He could be posthumously... Oh, God, why am I using words like that? Oh.
So should I add Ponytail?
Ponytail?
Yeah, Steven Seagal.
Who?
Steven Seagal.
I really don't care. He's small potatoes to me, one way or the other. Yeah, we know Rick James is dead. He's still dead, by the way. He's still dead. He's got no votes. I mean, Mark Clayton's got no votes, and how the hell does he belong on the poll? They're just totally inane. I'd find Sean from Hollywood. I'd have him Baker acted and put him in the same cell with Clarence. That'll shape him up real fast. Put him in the same cell, like in solitary, for about a month. What are we going to do about that situation?
Nothing?
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 How's that text messaging thing coming? Phil says, I have the worst airline story of all. I was flying back from Hawaii, connecting to the American Airline Red Eye from San Fran after the 5+ hour flight from Honolulu. The flight was full. I was sandwiched between two overweight women, one with a 1.5-year-old baby on her lap. The baby cried for the whole flight loudly. The flight attendant was apologetic. It was 1995 before they became militant, but there wasn't an empty seat on the plane to move to. Upon landing in Miami, I gathered up my luggage, thankful the nightmare was over, but it wasn't. I picked up my 2 surfboards, only to find that American Airlines had managed to break them both in half. Oh, happy day, says Phil. Regarding Thanksgiving, turkey's got to be the most overrated food in history. I think it sucks. I cook Italian Thanksgiving with lasagna and other delicious dishes. I'm not even Italian. And by the way, the person calling himself the Whistler is a fraud. The real Whistler lives in Bend, Oregon. His name is Ed the Whistler Charlotte. I've heard him, and he's amazing. Oh, I know that I'm going to be in a rubber room by 2 o'clock. No question.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names. The best talent.
It's the Mad Dog.
Jim Mandich. Afternoons 4 to 7.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Neil God.
It's hard to be a Jew on Christmas. My friends won't let me join in any games. And I can't sing Christmas songs or decorate a Christmas tree or leave water out for Rudolph, 'cause there's something wrong with me. My people don't believe in Jesus Christ's divinity. I'm a Jew, a lonely Jew on Christmas.
been left out of Christmas cheer, but I've come to say that you shouldn't be sad. This is the one month that you should be glad. 'Cause it's nice to be a Jew on Christmas. You don't have to deal with the season at all. You don't have to be on your best behavior or give to charity. You don't have to go to Grandma's house with your alcoholic family.
And I don't have to sit on some big Santa's lap and have him breathe his sticky breath on me.
That's right. You're a Jew.
A styling Jew. It's a good time to be Hebrew on Christmas.
I'm dying over here.
132, don't forget, all you kids out there, it's a Goya Chevelle. Jason, who's a real idiot, says, I would recommend 1986 Buick Cutlass Supreme.
Okay.
First of all, Buick didn't make the Cutlass. Did they?
I don't know.
I had a Cutlass. Cutlass was a Olds, wasn't it?
Was that Oldsmobile?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure this guy wants to buy a 22-year-old car. Jason, get a life, okay?
I'm dying over here.
Oh, my God. I don't know what it is. Maybe the ship landed today. Maybe all these people are imposters. Well, we know they're all imposters anyway. I mentioned this to Tubby at the beginning before the show started, and I think it belongs on the air, since he's such a great defender of Joey Porter. Dolphins linebacker Joey Porter's actions during the fourth quarter of Sunday's loss to the Patriots served as a clear act of insubordination against his coaches, and he's acknowledged his wrongdoing to his teammates and his coaches. Porter, who already apologized to coach Tony Soprano, also stood in front of the team yesterday and said he was wrong to stay in the game against Soprano's orders, according to two players who asked not to be identified. Linebacker Charlie Anderson attempted twice to replace Porter. In between plays under the coach's orders, Porter didn't budge. He bulged. During the fourth quarter, when tempers flared on both sides of the ball, Porter was hit with 2 personal fouls. The league is reviewing both to determine whether he'll be fined.
Oh, we're fine.
Linebacker Channing Crowder's fight with offensive tackle Matt Light, which resulted in ejections for both, is also being reviewed. Joey Porter had to apologize because he's a moron. And you're here defending him yesterday and Monday.
Wait, I didn't defend him. I said I did not see the play where he was
then what are you
told to
talking
come
about?
out.
You know what you remind me of?
What?
You remind me of all these football experts who are assigned to go to one game and cover one game every week. And a lot of us who have the football package, the NFL package, we see more football any given Sunday than they'll ever see. Because we have all the games, right? They're opening up their big mouth and talking about stuff they didn't even see.
I didn't open my big mouth. You asked me the question, and I gave you an answer.
Yeah, and you
with
opened up
what
a
I knew.
big mouth and said, what's wrong with Joey Porter? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, because I didn't see the thing that happened
Let
there
me say
you
it
were
again.
talking about.
He's an a-hole. You got it? He's a major ass. You get the whole picture?
Sure.
Good. That was up 33 points. Boy, thank God it's 135. I am needing these next 4 days like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or are these people extra crazy today?
Extra.
They're nuts.
It's the holidays, you know.
Oh, yeah. Brings out the best in them. Mike says, this morning I had to unfortunately travel to downtown Miami for business. I started my drive with 610 to hear about any potential traffic delays on 95. I found myself listening to Jimmy Syphilis doing a poll on which president would you want to eat dinner with. He was going on and on and on how he'd want Ronald Reagan over for dinner and how Bubba hasn't received any votes on the online poll. Excuse me. I decided to change the channel over to Buckethead, which I found him speaking with Drew Rosenhaustein Court's Greg. Joe was going on about how Drew has a different young tale every couple of weeks. At that point, I decided to continue my drive in pure silence as I shut off the radio. Local radio is WEAK besides Neil God. Weak. Thanks, Mike. How do you like that? Drew Rosenstein, aren't you interested in how he's doing with the ladies? I'm not.
No.
I'm interested in the fact that he's still alive and we still keep putting him on the air. See, you people that keep giving me crap about putting this Chris Matthews on too much and this bit and that bit, how about bitching and moaning about the fact that this radio station keeps putting the same losers on the air as guests and paying them, I believe.
They like that, you know.
Oh. Sam says, I've come to concur, Neil. People down here are so GD rude, I want to scream. Just went out to pick up a few things for dinner, and this asswipe in line in the store kept pushing up against me as if that would make the checkout line move faster. This went on for about 5 minutes. I almost let him, almost lit him up, but just ignored him. Then leaving in the parking lot, the bitch also ran right over next to my car. Almost ran over me. Everyone slow down, take it easy. Enough crap, says Sam. I really wanted to wish you, George and Chris, a happy Thanksgiving. I'll be listening Monday. Love the show, and thanks for all the great entertainment, yada, yada, et cetera. Thanks, Sam. How do you like that?
Oh, very
Rude
nice.
people in the supermarket. I can't believe that. In the parking lots and
In Florida? No.
Can't believe that. Not in Florida. The nicest people who never lived are in Florida. Kathy says, wanted to give you a belated thank you for mentioning that Wendy's Burger giveaway in downtown Fort Lauderdale the other day. Made it over there just in time to get a single with the works before they ran out, and got a gift card. They gave them out if you signed up for a drawing for a burger a week for a year. Don't know how many of the people I saw there were because of you or just getting word around, but thought you'd like to know there were living and breathing people there. Some of the homeless who live in the parking lot of the library, of course. But there are also guys who look like they work in construction, some guys in suits from companies nearby, and quite a few young people. I believe they came from the college near here, a branch of FIU, I think it says. They helped me out a lot because I've been out of work for 2 months. Unemployment is jerking me around. They say they're backed up, haven't investigated my claim yet. Just keep claiming weeks if I live long enough to find some money. Same thing the medical insurance does. As long as they don't make a decision, I can't file an appeal, so should they say no. Meanwhile, the company I work for has gone out of business. Sorry, Kathy. I'm trying to reach my Florida representative, but he just got elected Florida senator, so also too busy changing everything to answer the phone. Have a great turkey day off, win a lot on the slots. Thanks, Kathy. Good luck. George will send you a bag of money. Send Kathy some money. Come on.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Floridians, dumb as dirt.
Well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird. The bird's the winner when the bird. Bird is the winner.
What the hell is that? It's a turkey. Bring in the turkey.
You know why people in this country get fat? Thanksgiving.
A big, fat turkey.
It ain't cool being no jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving.
Quick, go and set your turkey free.
This is a birdie.
Bird. When the bird is the winner when the bird. The bird is the winner when the bird. When the bird is the winner when the bird. The bird is the winner.
Dude, we need your turkey for our play. Why, it's a Thanksgiving. It's not a cancer.
What do you mean you cook the turkey? 4 pies, 2 cakes, and don't forget the rice pudding. What kind of turkey are you looking for?
A smart one that can do tricks. Yeah, a turkey that can do tricks. Yeah, that turkey sucks.
Thanksgiving again, and we're blimping up.
This is supposed to be the big finale where the turkey jumps through the ring of fire.
Don't you know the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is the winner when the bird. The bird is the winner when the
So let me ask you, do Orthodox Jews eat ham on Thanksgiving, Neil? What do you think?
With bacon.
144 at 560 WQM. The Big O's coming along at 2. See if he wants to do an extra 15 minutes. Good God. And speaking of idiots, here's Gyro26. Remember him?
Yep.
I already blocked him at least once, but he just keeps coming back on there. Now, maybe you can explain to me how that happens, because he's using the same email address.
Maybe a different
think.
computer.
Different computer, so it still works?
Location.
I'm just going to keep blocking him, man. Talk about an a-hole. I agree with Grubba. Please cut way back on the Disney and Chris Matthews bits. And contrary to what you may believe, a lot of your listeners also listen to 790. It's not just sports-hating faggots and fag-hags who listen to your show. Well, what is that supposed to mean? Like I care what else they listen to? Listen to what you like, loser. Listen to what you like. I'm just going to keep I wouldn't even waste my time opening up those anymore. Just keep blocking and blocking. That's it's like the phone. I'm your friend. You know, it narrows down to a bunch of misfits. And you block and you block and you block, and there's basically, nobody left. Except Yug, and, 2 or 3 others who send 400 emails a day. But it's the day before Thanksgiving, so that's something we got to be thankful about, is we're not going to be here the next 4 days. Mikey says, long-time listener, few times caller. Mikey, not Mickey. In addition to which, I don't play those Mickey Mouse bits that often. Very seldom. Almost always upon request. Am I right?
Right.
Just wanted to wish you and George a very happy and healthy holiday. In spite of what everybody says, George is the next best to listen to when you're busy living your life somewhere else. Regarding an article you mentioned the other day about satellite radio, I don't know if anyone else touched on this. I listened to something called Pandora on my phone. No, nobody touched it. I get to program my own music, and it's free. Sometimes I feel like listening to hard rock, other times easy listening, whatever I like. I get on my iPhone. Yeah, so who needs satellite plus Stern blows, says Mikey. How do you like that? There's a little known fact. Stern blows. Do you want me to check that stock one more time?
If you want to.
Because I think the market closed at 12:30. I'm not really sure, and I don't care. Because here comes the bunny, and there goes your money. It closed at 16 cents. So whoever said it closed at 15 cents is full of crap. 16 cents. Don't sell those guys short now, okay? They are serious people. 181 votes on the poll. Who's the most pathetic has-been? Michael Jackson, 35. O.J. Simpson, 16. Gary Coleman, 16. Jose Canseco, 15. Chuck Norris, 14. David Hasselhoff, 14. Neil Rogers, 11. All right. Britney Spears, 10. Brigitte Nielsen, 8. Steve Kane, Mr. Ego, 7. Now, he's not a has-been. I'll say it again. A never was. Never had a number. But you know something? He goes out there and sells all those body part spots. More power to him. Everybody's got to make a living. Corey Feldman, 5. Stephen Baldwin, 5. Chevy Chase, 5. Eric Estrada, 5. Vanilla Ice, 3. Jan Michael Vincent, 3. Corey Haim, 2. Pete Rose, 2. Kathleen Turner, 2. MC Hammer, 1. 1 for the Hammer. Mark Clayton, 1. I have no idea why. Christy Brinkley, 1. And none yet for Steven Seagal, Rick James, Peter Frampton, or Philip Michael Thomas. You know, Rick James is still dead. Why is it so complicated for them to figure out that somebody, a lot of times, people are inducted into halls of fame posthumously?
Yeah.
Oh, this is bad. This is from Grub. I'm not reading it. You're an idiot. An anti-Cuban slur. What a moron. What a jerk. Yeah, when I come back over the weekend, I'm going to start blocking.
I was going to tell you the other day, but we got sidetracked. There's a better way. Just forward that to Eric with a little, something in the subject line like block this.
Yeah.
And he'll block it at the IP URL level.
At the source?
Yes.
The gyro. Here are the people that have been sending 65,000 emails day after day. Well, you're such a jerk, and people listen to 7 Night. What do I care what they listen to, okay? We'd like to have everybody listen to us all the time, which it's only a miracle that we ever get any new listeners because there's no promotion. And nobody listens to AM radio under the age of 100. But other than that, so we do the best we can, okay? No, you don't know. It's not just sports faggots. Yeah, well, who the hell else would listen to that crap? Who else would listen to that garbage? On and on and on about the game, the same stuff. The game and the jock and whose jockstrap was the wettest and who. Oh, my God. It's like insanity. It's like mass madness. And, of course, when you don't have a life at all, like a lot of these losers, this is the kind of stuff you get all whipped up about. Stuff we don't care about. You care about it?
What?
Exactly. How about you, Fatso?
Nope.
Fatso's he's envisioning the feast for tomorrow. Now, don't you feel bad for me that we already had Canadian Thanksgiving back early October.
How was it?
I didn't get any turkey and accoutrements back then, which, quite frankly, I don't know if they do that here in Canada, whether they celebrate the same way and eat the same kind of meal on Thanksgiving. I have no idea. I didn't see it available anywhere. And now here it is U.S. Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I'm stuck here in Toronto.
We're actually having ham tomorrow, so.
Oh, fat.
Yeah.
Ham is tasteless. One thing about turkey.
What?
One thing about ham is tasteless.
What are you talking about?
You got to smear a bunch of stuff on.
Exactly.
Ham?
Just like
ham?
Turkey is like vanilla ice cream. Unless you put gravy or something on it, it has no taste. It's virtually tasteless.
Pity the turkey you've had.
Yeah.
I've had some decent turkey, but
apparently
it's got
not
gravy. What?
Apparently not.
Yeah. I've gobbled a few good ones.
Yeah, turkeys?
Oh, yeah. A U.S. man who signs himself God has been told to use his real name by February 14th or lose his driver's license. This isn't some Brit thing. That's why it says from the BBC. The real stuffy, stodgy BBC. Pennsylvania's Department of Transportation told Paul Sewell, 40, he must surrender his license if he can't provide proper identification. A week ago, Berks County Elections Board questioned Sewell's God signature on a voter registration form. What if he would have signed...
Neil, God!
I think I'm going to try doing that. Like on checks. Sewell, a bond enforcement agent, said he used the name as people often cried, "Oh, God," when he tracked them down. Wow. You believe that?
No.
Pennsylvania state law requires a person to write their normal signature on their license. It can also withhold licenses from those not entitled to one, who can't provide proper ID, or whose use of fraudulent means to obtain one. You hear the sirens coming to take him away? coming to take God. He said his colleagues thought fugitives calling him God was funny and started using it as a nickname. Kind of like,
Neil, God.
Like that crap. Whenever I go to arrest somebody, they say, oh, God, give me another chance. Oh, God, I'll turn myself in tomorrow, Sewell said. He said he couldn't see why his signature was a problem. I have a credit card with it, he said. Well, I would like to have an American Distress that just said God on it. Mr. Sewell called on the Berks County Court to intervene after receiving the Department of Transportation's letter on Tuesday. He said, I don't know why they're canceling my driver's license that I've had since age 16. Now I'm 40. Mr. Sewell signed his appeal. God. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation has declined to comment. Dissing God. Boy, you people are really got some nerve in Pennsylvania. Ever driven through Pennsylvania? The worst roads. Nope. Oh, my God. Western Pennsylvania?
Nope.
Pennsylvania Turnpike, the worst roads, tunnels and all. Oh, Yug says, screw you. What is wrong with you? I only emailed you once today. You're full of crap. Why are you attacking me for email? You're full of crap. You just answered your own question. Then it says, why did you mention Steve Kane? What a piece of puke. Because he's on the poll, as it never was. That's why. They've all got some complaint. You notice?
Mm-hmm.
All got some complaint. 190 votes on Fat Chris's poll. And I got 13 of them. All right. Lucky number. I think we're going to have a banner day at Woodbine tomorrow morning. See, tomorrow morning is a good day for that kind of stuff here because early in the morning, there's no traffic. Although it's not a holiday here, but if you go early enough, and everybody's got to work tomorrow here. So like Woodbine will be empty. You can play any machine you want, man. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll get up real early in the morning just to piss off Fat Chris. Oh, it's a holiday. You don't have to work. Why would you get up early? Because I want to.
Get up as early as you want, brother.
There you go. Thanks, Fat Chris. And don't eat too much tomorrow, okay?
You head out on Friday, too.
Do what?
Go out there on Friday, too.
Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, everybody. And thanks for all the wonderful emails today.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
It stinks in Miami town at 560 WQAM. The children gather round the trucks on snowy Christmas Eve. They stand and wait for a Red Cross crate of moldy surplus cheese. It's Christmas in Bosnia when enemies are friends. The only time of year when nobody winds up dead. The barbed wire fence is festooned with colorful lights, and all the rotting carcasses are brushed to the side. It's Christmas in Bosnia when kids come out to play. Take a nimble walk through a minefield and exchange grenades. The UN parachuting in some big bags of yeast. But you won't find Sally's brothers joining in on the feast. 'Cause it's Christmas in Bosnia. There's merriment and mirth. It's a prime result of religious cults in the armpit of the earth. But you've got yours and I've got mine. Who cares anyway? That it's Christmas in Bosnia today.
Bye, bye, bye. The biggest names, the best talent. And your home for Miami Dolphins football. Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
I'm not going to lie down for some frat boy bastard with his damn Teva sandals and his Skull Bandits and his Abercrombie and Fitch long-sleeved open-stitch crewneck Henley smoking his sticky buds out of a soda can while watching his favorite downloaded Simpsons episodes every night.